Hello, everyone. Welcome to a game of 5th edition D&D, where we will be playing in Illumina for the Unnamed Adventures Guild. We have 4 players right now, 1 listener, and we might have another player showing up a bit later. So why don't we introduce ourselves from the most veteran character and work our way backwards to the newest. Which would be Oral.
It's me, or he didn't broke a wing, so yeah, I think it's Oral. Well, I'm Javier. I will be playing Oral again, the half of Paladin, the heavy armored, heavily armed, tall, well, a blonde half elf, but clumsy as fuck. Always trying to do what he thinks is best and protecting the city and cheering up and assisting his friends. And now seeing that someone fears for her life and has put these bounties ready to let other adventurers and try to see what's the cause of these fears, and if needed, stop the threat.
Next would be Adrian.
I'm playing Adrian, high elf, mercenary. He's just doing his thing in ordering the way around the sword.
And next would be Christoph's character.
Yeah, I'm playing Hope, who is a tiefling warlock who he just joined the guild to find out how to deal with his demon. So he just joined adventures to get stronger and get money to fund his research.
And last but not least is Scribe.
Hi, I'm Ty Johnston. I'm playing Scribe. Scribe is a human. Looks like a young male, probably in the late teens, early 20s. He is very unnoticeable. He wears no armor. He doesn't appear to carry any weapons. He just has a pack thrown over one shoulder. He really doesn't look like an adventurer. He could just blend in with anybody. He almost looks like he could just be somebody, a peasant or somebody walking up and down the street. As for why he's in the guild or anything like that, he pretty much keeps his past and his thoughts to himself for the most part. About it.
All right. So again, we are missing one person. He should be coming in as Ericus or Layla, but we will see when he shows up. So let's get everyone warmed up. Why don't we? What's everyone's morning rituals? What would you be doing in the morning?
Or less usual.
I was just going to say Scribe will probably get up and meditate for about an hour before eating.
Your Oral will...
Simple.
Oral's probably, he waking up early as usual and do his morning, meditation and prayers, probably outside as usual with the dawn of the day.
Hope is
just for fun. As you're praying to Lathander, Estra makes an offhanded comment that the stone is awfully quiet today.
Oh my god.
he's going to the library to find a book about demons he didn't read yet, and he's gonna eat and read at the same time.
All right. And Adam?
He's just going to get up and read his very old elven book.
All right. So, as you are returning from your meditation near the lake, Oral, and you re-enter the guild, you notice that there is a messenger of the watch just putting up what looks like it's been something that hasn't been assigned to the guild in a long time, and it's a bounty. A bounty notice.
What do you bring there?
Oh, me? Just some new notices that we've been getting. We've been trying to assess some of the new bounties, and we thought that we should send some of the what we think is the higher end stuff to you.
It's a kind of threat to the city?
Well, I mean, he's willing to pay a lot. That's how we've been gauging them so far.
Hand it over, please.
Right? He takes it from the wall and hands it to you.
He reads it carefully.
He is... Yeah, the picture is quite clear. As if somebody had met this man in close proximity and was able to draw it. He's a very heavily armored dwarf. Carries a strangely simple looking hammer, but the rest, his armor and shield, seems incredibly smooth. Too smooth to be made by any ordinary smith. You suspect probably dwarven craftsmanship. On top of that, nothing really stands out. It's colored, so the dwarf looks fairly old. It seems very tested.
Do you know why they have put a bounty on this dwarf?
Not particularly, no. The dwarf came in, and he said he was afraid for his life, and that one of his friends told him that this dwarf was looking to kill him. I believe he's in town, but it's not the watch's duty to go after bounties, you know?
I guess I shall gather the boys and investigate this matter to see what's happening.
He nods his head and he says, "Good luck." And he walks away with the satchel full of other notices and messages. Adrin could probably hear some of this stuff going on since he's usually within earshot. Yeah, you could still enter. Lineal, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Sorry. Hello, my name is Lionel. I am going to play Aracris Relicos, a cleric wizard in the service of Mistra, the Lady of Magic. Very busy, always trying to learn new stuff and help whoever he can. And currently is looking for cash, so he's interested in whatever is at hand, whatever task is at hand. And I think that's it.
All right. What would Eric Chris be doing in the morning?
The last weeks, he met a new merchant associated with the dwarves and was learning the jewelry crafting. But currently, after finishing it, helping. I forgot the name. In the alchemist shop that for his mentor, that was owned by the mentor that taught him alchemist, that died and was inherited by his um, the daughter of his sister.
Yeah.
The sister of the alchemist. But he will be preparing, but looking more for adventure.
Well,
Saying goodbye to his fiancée.
I could easily see Adrin and Ericris see Oral talking to the messenger. Adrin would probably be more ready to hear the conversation, though.
Okay.
I'm going to snap my book close and go over to Oral. So, you are taking lead on a bounty.
Yeah, it seems we received a quite hefty one, but seems it's threatening the life of someone, so I guess we have to investigate.
Yeah.
And
So, and I forgot
so
the reward is 1,000 gold, if I forgot to.
So, do you want to get more people, or do you think we can handle it by ourselves?
No, I was planning to bring whoever is available in the guild. We don't know how dangerous this dwarf might be, if at all. He looks rather elderly, though.
Ooh, elder dwarfs, they are dangerous.
Why you say that?
Well, I mean, they are sturdy. Some of them are grumpy, and if they are if you has been posted on a wanted notice, it means that it's dangerous. But I will have to see with my own to be certain. But yeah, we should be careful. Rakris begins to see who else is around, trying to see if anyone it will be a good asset to join the hunt.
Thank you.
Scribe will definitely join. As he comes out of his meditating, he's heard some of this talk. He'll definitely be interested in joining.
Very good. And what of Hope? You probably see the gathering group of, well, notable adventurers forming at the entrance of the guild.
Yeah, I'm probably just stumbling out of the guild and see there was some people that tried to make money, and I don't need to do anything today, so I can make some money. So I'm gonna join them.
All right. So our group has officially been formed. How do you guys want to proceed?
I mean, I guess we will have to find the culprit of all of this. I don't know. It's the messenger told me that this dwarf is in town, so we'll have to. Any of you have an idea how to find him? Maybe we could ask around or something.
If he's in town, there's a very good chance he went through the market. So we could go there and show his picture around, see if any of the merchants have seen him.
Yeah, that's an option.
Yeah, maybe
And there's,
some.
and there's always also the tavern, you know, always a good source of information. And dwarves tend to like to drink a lot, from my experience. So, let's get going.
Yeah.
So where do you start? Solo Chalice across the street? Or do you want to check the market? Or
No,
you can
let's
split
go
up.
first to the. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well, we can do the chalice since it's literally outside the door. So
Yeah, let's go there first, and then if we don't find anything, to the market.
he has a pretty unusual weapon, so I'm sure there's probably people talking about that.
His armor is unusual. His weapon of choice, at least in the picture, it seems strangely simple.
Oh, he's wearing something. He has something unusual. People are probably going to talk about that because it's different.
All right. So your entire group enters the Silver Chalice. And of course, the morning stream of merchants that have gone through the town already, they're there. They're getting their drinks before they head to the market square to set up their stalls.
Well, I guess best if we split and ask around if any of them has seen an old dwarf in armor, or maybe I don't know if he's carrying the armor around town.
Sure. Roll me a persuasion.
Persuasion.
Any one of you can roll. Join in. 50.
I got 17.
Point here for oral.
Can I also ask?
Yeah. Everyone can feel free to ask.
25.
Wow. Yeah. So Adrian, you know he's somewhere up near a festival street. He's apparently they stopped at the nearby apothecary in that area, and they seem to be getting some supplies there. You know, they're not sure if they're still there because that was a while ago, but that's where they think they are. Oral, you hear that the person you're looking for seems to be quite enthusiast for combat, as you'd expect from an old dwarf who still travels. Even to the point where that's pretty much his opening statement. You're looking for a fight. And Hope, that's pretty much what you find out too, is he seems to be more interested in fighting than conversation, but anyone you would also know that he has a tendency to dismiss people who can't fight very well. So if you are deemed too weak for him, he will just ignore you.
Okay, good.
Where did you say he was last seen?
The apothecary near Festival Street.
Okay.
All of you know that he travels with somebody else, but she seems to be blind.
The dwarf is blind, you mean? Or
the woman with
the
him.
accompanies him?
Yeah, there's a woman dwarf that accompanies him as well, and she carries a maul and is very very blind. Wears a blindfold too.
Oh, interesting. Well, I guess we head that direction then.
Yeah.
That was easy. Guess he's not the kind who hides.
So we'll make our way over to there then.
All right. You approach the apothecary on Festival Street, near the theater, and when you don't see anyone by the description walking on the roads or anything, but as soon as you look in through the window and the doors, you do see him and his companion. She is looking over shelves, feeling materials and sniffing them, and he's just standing by. He's looks a little bored. He has a mug in his hands with like a old tankard in his hands, drinking from it, from what seems to be a small keg that's just strapped to his belt.
I tell the group, we gotta do this smoothly. We don't want to get them agitated. I'm gonna go up and make conversation with them, and maybe we can sort things out without having to wreck the shop.
I'll go with you. Don't worry.
I go over to him and you look new. What are you? What are you doing in town?
New? Well, that's the most polite thing anyone's ever told me. What am I doing in town? I'm looking for a friend, so to speak. Me and him have some business.
What kind of business?
One that only two dwarves can work through.
Yeah.
What is his bonus? He says, You look familiar to me, elf.
Who? Me? I'm not technically not an elf, but I understand the mistake. I resemble them a lot. I am so famous already? I don't remember seeing you in time, and yet.
You have some influence in some other areas. I hear your name through merchants.
Really?
You did participate in that festival thing.
Oh yeah, the tournament. Well, I wasn't the winner.
Aye, but you were close.
I was. Listen, the thing is, are you really? I don't know how to say this, but I think your friend is scared of you. It's just a feeling I got. I'm not certain, but
Well, damn straight he should be scared. I plan on killing him for being a measly coward.
And what's
You
your
say-
justification for that?
We're both part of the same order, lad. And our order demands strength and courage. He fights using poisons. He likes to bleed people before they even get to fighting.
what order do you belong to?
The Order of Stone and Earth.
Do I know what that is?
You can roll religion.
Religion, so it's a religious thing. 21.
It's an older oath, kind of like the Oath of Ancients. is it's making a comeback of sorts among the dwarves. Mostly to praise the aspects of the earth elemental. Of course, strength. You fight to earn respect and honor, and those who rise up through the ranks are typically the strongest people and are there for purely through pure might. The only amount of relief that they can get is through their clerics, which of course are blind and are the closest to the earth, but are meant to assist members who aren't up against fair odds.
So I deduct from that knowledge that his companion is a cleric of the order.
In some ways, you could say that these more official members, they're paladins.
Since we have more in common than I thought at first. But do you
what knowledge would I get on a 13?
Probably that he seems to hold himself similar to Oral. He has some sort of faith that he holds on to. And so the cleric beside him.
I ask Oral, since he seems to be paladin-like and you're paladin-like, I'm going to ask you a question. Are paladins allowed to use poison in battle?
I mean, I guess that depends on what your convictions are. I personally don't like that kind of use. But and I guess by what I know of his order, it's strictly forbidden in his case. So, but I guess it's a case-by-case basis. Still, and he turns back to the dwarf. Do you really have to kill him? There's no other solution possible? Can you just expel him or something?
No, he is a stain on our order, and we must remove him.
Is that your idea, or the whole he knew going in, if he does this, he'll get killed?
The cleric beside him says, that's the order of what the earth elemental demands.
He did break his orders law, so I think we might have to call a wash on this.
They don't seem too concerned. I mean, might have to specify what you're looking into, Lineal. His eyes are steely. He doesn't really give you any information. Not with the 7 anyways, just for anyone listening.
Oral, do you want to call it a wash?
Sorry, what do you mean by call it a wash?
There's no...
I don't know that much English.
No. Do you want to just drop what we're doing?
But we can allow him to kill someone. Just, I mean, I don't know who has he poisoned.
Oh, the bounty is not from the watch; it's from him. We're not doing it for the city. We're doing it for someone personal. and we don't have to do it for someone personal.
Yeah, no, but still, we can't just allow someone to kill another one unless there's a very good reason not to. I mean,
Yeah, maybe
it's-
hear the other side of the story, and if it does not, it rings a bell that it is really down bad path. We can get our answer.
actually, he turns back to the dwarf. Could I convince you somehow that you shouldn't kill your fellow dwarf? Just maybe spell him instead of your order?
Or just beat him up really, really badly.
Yeah, I mean, some kind of punishment, but not kill him. What if maybe, I don't know, depends what the rest of you lot think. You are all very silent today. But
Technically, we're by ourselves and they're standing back waiting for us to give them the sign to jump them.
Oh, I have. Scribe has an opinion, but it would not be a very popular one. So he's just watching to see how things are going for the time being.
And
maybe
Hope
actually,
is walking up and say, "Are we getting the bounty or not?"
Oh, well, that's why you're here.
It was stayed alive, so just bring him alive and did kill each other afterwards. We did
Yeah. But I'm thinking we might be on the wrong side on this one.
I don't give a shit. I need the money. The bounty, just do alive, and you to get the bounty, and you to do whatever you want afterwards.
Very well, tiefling. We'll see if you can put your money where your mouth is. He pulls out his hammer and shield.
Oral stabs in the middle.
As what are we doing the two? The first a run.
He says, "I don't run."
Are you sure?
Oh,
Are you sure?
Hold on a second. Okay, there's 1,000 gold bounty for you. What if you just come with us peaceably and go in, and then we'll give you a cut of it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The dwarf you're after is paying for us to take you down, but I'm not feeling it on this one.
And the money is a secondary thing. The important thing here is how much of a threat he really is. And I'm really not the kind that would like just to let you kill another fellow dwarf unless he has really committed some was a danger for the rest of the people.
Did the guy you're after kill innocent people or something like that?
Listen, I've been told you respect combat and strength, don't you?
I
Hmm.
really want to smack tiefling's face.
What about this? What about this? We have a duel, and if you win, you do what you must. If I win, you leave your fellow dwarf alone.
The cleric beside him seems to be entertained by the thought, and you can notice that she's tapping her foot, and he's like listening to it, even though you can't really hear it. And he says, "Very well. If you win, I'll leave this city."
Just one question. What's the name of the dwarf that you're after? Because he might cause issue in the future that we might have to go after him.
He says, "I wouldn't even indulge his name to you. That's how low we think of him."
Oh. You don't have to speak it, just write it out.
I'm lazy.
His name is I'm Lazy.
What? What did you say?
His name is I'm Lazy.
I know.
If you are just rolling some arts, there should be.
Is this a one-on-one or a party-on-party?
Says, take it however you like. I'll meet you outside. And he and the cleric start leaving the place.
I posted what Aracris was trying to identify, but from the inside on different questions.
No, as far as you know, he didn't kill anyone, and he hasn't committed any offenses.
Oh,
In the eyes of the law, he is clean.
Yeah.
Well, Oral heads outside and
Scribe goes outside and just leans against a wall like he's watching.
Oral goes stands in front of the pair and says, "Where?" Go ahead.
I'm probably do with Stripe and just name and just try to make a bet who's gonna win. And do we need stuff? Because I don't know. I just wanted to make money.
Okay. I stand in the middle and say, okay, you guys stand 15 feet apart.
Wait, before we go into stuff,
Paladin powers are allowed, but no final blows.
before we fight, if we are to stand against each other, I must know your name first.
My name is Droglar StoneHammer, of course. By the name.
Droglar StoneHammer.
He shows you his hammer. Again, it looks pretty simple. Looks kind of hefty.
Yeah. I'm Oral Silver Smile. It will be my honor to duel with you.
And I'm gonna yell to Oil, are you sure you want to fight alone with him?
Well, that's why I asked. Is it party versus party or one-on-one?
Just ask him. I think that's a yes.
Technically, I think by these rules, I have to fight alone. I'm not truly sure.
Okay.
They're two paladins, one-on-one.
Yeah, you said duel, right? Yeah, duel is one.
Yeah.
Scribe's actually going to go in the apothecary shop and start hitting up the apothecary for work. Like, do you need any scribing work done?
Yeah. Okay. I stand to the side and say, okay. Both of you draw your weapons and go.
All right, let's roll initiative. That is Oral's strong suit.
Yeah. It's like my best. What? No. What happened? Check. If. Check. Oh, I actually got the highest initiative I can get, a 16.
Yeah, but he still goes first.
Damn it!
He has a higher dex than.
I'm just so gentle that I allow him to go first.
All right. You see him channeling divine energy into himself as you can see the stone break apart and wrap around his skin.
Interesting.
He then slowly marches in front of you. I'll save you the move and I'll meet you halfway.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay. Oral himself is going to. It's going to also focus for a moment, and as a bonus action, he's going to cast Seal of Fate on himself.
That gives you 20 AC.
Yeah. And I guess he's going.
Are you wearing your normal armor or your Ankeg armor?
Okay, bullet armor.
Yeah, that one. Bullet armor. So I guess he's going to charge in and go for the first strike. Or try to. That's not good. 11.
Nope, that ricochets off his armor. Doesn't even penetrate.
The second one, that's 23.
What hits?
Okay. That does. I have to roll 1. 15 slashing damage.
All right.
And that's it for the turn.
All right. So your blade runs across his hardened skin, and you do see some blood come out from through his armor. He's going to strike his weapon at you, and you can see it glow with a gray aura as he swings it at you. The first attack is probably not going to hit you for 14.
Nope.
And the next attack is... well, that would be a 20.
So that hits.
And you're going to take 1d8, which is only
Minus
6.
yeah. Why?
So 6 bludgeoning damage.
6 total?
That's 6 bludgeoning, so that's 3 with your
Okay.
resistance. You're going to take 8 points of radiant, and you got to make strength saving throw.
Yeah, so many things. 28, a natural 20.
Natural 20? Yeah. So you can, when he hits you, you can feel the energy pour into you, and you can feel your muscles begin to spasm. But you easily resist whatever effects were overcoming you.
I have to make also a save for the concentration.
It's only 10.
Yeah, I pass it.
Yeah.
So, okay, Oral is just going to strike normally 2 times again, trying to counter the after recovering from this weird sensation. So the first one is a 21.
Yeah, that hits. You roll your 2 ones.
That's 11 is slashing. He's gonna use our first level smite there.
Okay.
That's an extra 12 radiant.
Okay.
And then he's gonna do his second attack, trying to keep up the pressure. That's an 18 to hit.
18 misses. So he blocks that attack with his shield.
Damn it. And that's what I have for this turn.
He says, "You hit hard, lad. I'll give you that." 22. Hits you.
Yeah. Anything 20 or more hits.
For 8 bludgeoning damage. So 4. He's going to smite you again. For 9 radiance, And
Damn it.
save.
Another save. 17.
That's high enough. And he swings again. So there's another. Gonna be a long fight.
Well, not too long if he keeps hitting like that.
20. He says, "Why don't you just break already like the rest?" Hits you for 10 total, so 5 bludgeoning. And radiant damage is only 3, and make a third save as he
But
to smite you.
do I know what is this thing that keeps hitting me, like this effect?
He's using the power of his order to smite you, like you would be using your smite.
It's 19, the save.
Yeah, you keep resisting his effects, and he's impressed. You can see by his face he's both impressed but kind of annoyed.
Hmm. Okay, so Oral's going to attack 2 more times, obviously. Actually, I don't know if I never use this kind of spell. I'm actually going to use as a bonus action. It's gonna have. Wait, I'm not used to the one of the smite spells. Smite. Yeah, I'm going to try to use a Thunderous Smite as a bonus action. So, well, that the effect goes, and then I attack. Ooh, natural 1.
Yeah. Roll me an athletics or acrobatics. Yeah. No, it's you swing and you smash your blade into his shield as hard as you can, but it's kind of an awkward hit, and he almost forces you to drop your weapon. But well, with a 27, your blade slides onto the ground, but you still hold onto it.
Okay, then he does another attack. The spell still goes on. Another attack. That's a 14. I don't think that hits either.
Nope.
So 2 attacks that clang against the shield. And Oral starts to pant heavily from the rush of the fight.
And he says, "Looks like you're getting tired already." And you can see a thunderous you can see a thunderous energy take over his weapon as he swings it at you.
Oh shit.
That's another hit.
He hits?
You take 13 points of bludgeoning, and half is 6. And you need to make another strength saving throw. Anyone who is also 15 feet in a cone behind him also has to make that save if anyone is that close.
Not standing behind him.
Save against what?
Anyone who's standing behind Oral during this fight in a 15-foot cone also has to make a strength save.
15 feet? Sure, I will roll for that. Arrakis was not paying too much attention. He's looking around, worried of people.
Despite making the save, you still end up taking 3 thunder damage.
Oh man, that's wrong. He rolled an 8.
Yeah, the you see Oral get hit again by the hammer, and
Yeah.
a wave of thunderous energy comes crashing down behind him, and you get swept up in it, and it knocks you off your feet.
Okay. I'm going to accuse him. If you're a paladin, you should be more worried about the people around. You could harm someone. And he stands up and moves further away.
The apothecary inside, she is definitely concerned about what's going on out there, and she says no. What? Why would I give you a job if he wins? Oral, your turn.
You'll see Oral starting to get weary, but still he presses on with his attack. That's a crit!
Oh my, yep.
So
Is
there goes a
I-
level 2 smite. They have to roll the
19 slashing. Okay.
roll 21 slashing and then I'm gonna roll. So it's 3d8 plus, so 68. Wait, I have to roll 1. Doesn't matter. So yeah,
27.
21 slashing and 27 radiant.
That attack specifically goes right into his skin. You can hear your blade grind against stone as your smite seems to deliver an incredibly powerful blow against him.
Yeah, it was 21 slashing, 27 radiant.
Yeah. He, despite the amount of punishment you delivered, he's getting a little tired now, but he still seems to be ready to keep on fighting.
Well, I guess it's time for another attack. 21.
That's another hit. Roll
12.
that. Is it 1 and 2 or just?
Yeah. So it's 13 slashing. He's going to drop another first level smite.
Are you adding your thunder smite?
That's shit. I had to roll that again. Oh man, we're rolling. It's tiring. So that's 6 plus. So it's blah, blah, blah. I'm mixing up. So it's 13. Okay, 13 slashing and 13 radiant. The same for both types.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Starting to get incredibly exhausted. He's looks like he's on his last legs, and he says, "Very well then." And he attacks, and that attack misses as it bounces against your armor. And the other strike is a sloppy swing that doesn't hit anything, and he manages to hold onto his weapon. As you can see, he overswung. He crit failed. But he managed to hold onto his weapon and prevent himself from throwing it.
A worthy opponent. Do you surrender?
Says, "Not to the likes of you."
I
And
felt so.
yeah, he your go.
So that's a 22 to hit,
That's a hit.
13 slashing, and the last first level smite I have. That's another 12 radiant.
So it was 13 slashing and 12 radiant.
Yeah.
Yep. He's He's almost down.
Okay, last attack. 11. Not good.
Yeah, he swings at you twice. Miss. And that's a sturdy hit, as you can see his hammer both glow with the gray aura and the thunderous aura. Oh. You take 8 points of radiant damage. You take 3 points of bludgeoning, which is already rounded down.
Okay.
Or, sorry, 4. And the thunderous wave hits you for 7, and you have to make 2 strength checks.
So 8. You said 8, 4, and 7. No.
Yeah, 8 radiant, 4 bludgeoning, and 7 thunder.
Huh. Okay, and what saves I have to make?
2 strengths.
That's probably the same. Okay. It's
All right.
12 and a 14.
Yeah. After getting hit by both of them at the same time, you can't resist the energy that he's been pummeling into you this entire duel. And you can feel your muscles begin to spasm against your own will, and the thunderous energy knocks you onto the ground as well. You're stunned and knocked prone.
Okay.
How much HP you sitting at?
1 HP.
Yep, he, seeing that his smites have finally prevailed, he steps onto you, and he swings his hammer at you. Twice. And yeah, he smashes your head in, and he does. You rolled a crit, but he honors the duel, and even though he smashes your head viciously, you are still alive.
Dun. Oh well.
Heracles goes and casts Cure Wounds tier level on Aurel.
Scribe's going to go outside now. Does this dwarf look in really bad shape?
Yep. He's not looking great. There's a lot of blood on him.
Are you kidding me? You only get 10 points. Only
Yep.
10 points of healing.
Aurel gets
Anyone want to do anything while the fight is kind of concluding?
Yeah, I'm when he's not down, I'm just saying, now it's time to go and get your bounty on you. I'm trying to say to Rolf. You need to go and get the bounty. You're still alive, so the bounty is good for me.
He says, I ain't going with you.
I'm
Oh,
just getting the bounty and you to do whatever you want after that.
Yeah. Heracles is troubled because even he does not pay that much attention to the to the rules and the protocols. He really does not like when people use poison. So it's not sure what to do. He just going to keep helping Rel to recover and waiting for the party to decide.
Aurel gets up from the ground with trouble and said, "Oof, that was a tough fight, I must say."
Are there Are there any city guards around? I mean, is this fight drawing a crowd or anything?
I would say it was drawing a crowd, but when the thunderous energy started kind of exploding from Oral's body, people definitely kept their distance. The Watch are, of course, watching. It seems that one of them was listening to the conversation that was taking place when you guys led the conversation outside. So they know it's a duel. And they're hoping it doesn't lead to a murder. But they're on stand.
Scrap's just going to walk over to him and point to the dwarf and say, "Yeah, we were sent here to get this guy dead or alive. There's $1,000 or 1,000 gold bounty on his head,
And he is alive.
and he's alive."
Yeah.
The Watch?
Yeah, I'm going to tell the watch that's there.
Yeah,
Like,
and show the paper.
So, if you guys arrest him and bring him in, we can split the money with you.
Wait. What I understood was that Aurel is making a duel with the one who wants the other one.
I never agreed. Yeah, who's over here, like, not me.
The Watch says we're not supposed to get involved with such things, but seeing his condition, you willing to split?
Exactly.
You willing to split the gold with us?
Even split among you guys and my friends.
They say, all right. They pull out their weapons. There's about 4 of them. They pull out their weapons and they start walking towards the dwarf. And the cleric moves up beside him. And the dwarf says, nah, heathens, all of them.
Oral finishes getting up with travel, given how close he is, and he says, what's the thing that you keep doing with your smites? It really seems to affect like my muscles and such. I could resist it at the start, but it kept coming.
He says, it's similar to your smites. We call it the test of stone.
Interesting. Still, that was a good 5. I have to compliment you on your fighting skills. You're a tough one, I must say. I guess I now must leave you to your doings as per promise.
Yeah, as you are mentioning that the 4 guards that were watching, they come over and they say, Droglar, you're under arrest in the name of the Watch. And the cleric that's standing beside him just shakes her head and she says, you're not worthy. And she casts stone shape around the
counter spell.
All right. So she doesn't cast stone shape. And the dwarf says, I should have known to trust any of you. She's going to use lay on hand.
I'm sorry, I didn't know what you were going to cast. I cannot permit you to harm others.
I don't think it's possible to use stone shape offensively.
But Arachris did not know. He just going to counterspell the spell he was going to cast.
Arcana check?
Counterspell works regardless the spell, but sure.
Do you not need to know the spell before you jam down the spell?
No, you don't need to know it. It's just if she's going to cast stone shape, he might. If you think
17. He was not checking.
Okay, so it doesn't matter then. It's countered. He just lay on hands and he prepares to fight the Watch. The cleric as he pulls up her maul. Does anyone want to join in on the fight?
So the Dars and the guy, what the dwarf wanna fight them?
Aracris is standing with Aurel. He does whatever he does, he will follow. But he will be more concerned about the health of the group and the those around, maybe even the guards, than going to capture or assist.
So the dwarf gonna fight the Dars.
Yeah, Strab. Strab walked over and told him that he was weak and that there was 1,000 gold bounty, and no common man is going to say no to that.
Yeah,
So
I hear that. Yeah. I don't say subscribe, but we don't want him to die though.
We get our money either way.
I'm gonna walk to the dwarf and say, "Are you sure you want that? It's just much easier to follow me, and we did the bounty, and no one need to shed more blood today." You want a possession, Ted?
they don't agree. They've done their end of the bargain. Well, oral, and they expect you to honor it, and now you're turning.
Yeah,
against
but I'm not a part of the bargain. I'm sorry, but I never fight.
Oh.
I'm sorry about that, but I never made a deal with you. I just wanna get out of
rest.
Get out of this without any troubles.
He says you'll fall like the rest.
Okay, I cast a command on him.
You cast
Command.
what?
Command.
Okay.
DC 15.
He makes it.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna go away then.
Yeah.
And when in my turn this time again, I'm gonna cast command again.
All right, let's roll initiative. So.
Yeah, it was a moment. Upon seeing things going south, I think Oral's going to stand his arms, say, "Hey guys, it's over. We don't need to fight." I roll initiative anyway.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you should roll initiative so you can start making persuasion checks, I guess. That's 10. That's still good.
That's good for me.
Is that that roll for all the watch members? We'll just average them all out, group them up. So yeah, we'll go with 14. All right. So yeah. Scribe, you go first.
Scribe's going to put a hand in his shoulder bag. He basically is putting a hand in his dagger, but he's not taking it out. And then he's going to look at the city guards, and he's basically saying, "Are you guys going to arrest him or not?" And I'm basically readying an action in case I get attacked or anything like that.
Yeah, they've all pulled out their weapons. As soon as he refused to be arrested peacefully, they all pulled out their weapons.
Okay. Well, then I'm just readying an action in case I get attacked.
Okay. The Cleric of Stone. She's already been denied her stone state. She's going to cast another spell onto Droglar.
Would
And,
Arachis be able to spell?
I'm going to assume that you used your reaction already.
Okay.
And she's going to heal him for 8 points of damage. And with that, Lineal, Ericus.
Yeah, he's going to bump another Cure Wounds to Aurel. This time at 2nd level. You heal 11 points.
So I believe that's 19 so far.
No, 21
Okay. Do you
from Q4.
do you have any bonus actions you want to spend?
I already cast a spell, so he cannot cast. Well, he prepare his shield and let's say his longsword. Oh wait, no, his one.
Okay. And that's a lot of 10s. Hope. Oh no, that's not Hope. Watch. The Watch are all going to encircle the Cleric and Droglar, they're both going to make attacks against them. Both Watch members miss the Cleric, and both Watch members miss the Paladin, so they get into flanking positions and start swinging their weapons. But the Cleric and the Paladin are holding their own, blocking attacks with their shield and hammers. Hope. I'm assuming you have higher dexterity than Oral.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Command again.
On the Paladin?
Yeah. And hope I hit. I need to.
Yeah, it seems to be working on them this time.
I gonna do. That is. Let me see what is on. What do you attack? Two sevens. Wisdom saving throw.
Yep, I already rolled.
I'm gonna say drop to him. So he gonna drop whatever he's holding and end his turn. That he gonna do next turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oral.
That was my turn.
Oral's going to look around a bit confused and be like, hey, this isn't necessary. We sorted this and we didn't have to recruit to battles. He's not gonna go voluntarily. Forcing him is not any better. But you pretend. Everybody is asking, saying both to his companions and to the dwarves, please pull down your weapons. Put down your weapons, Napu. And
All
that's
right.
it.
Roll persuasion.
No, if I can.
It's not really for the other players because they already kind of committed to this decision, but it's mostly just
Yeah, I know. Didn't work. Okay, it didn't. 19.
Yeah, the Watch are just kind of looking at you, and they do kind of notice that the dwarf did heal himself, and if you couldn't put him down, they're not really sure if they can. And you can kind of see the reluctance in their face now as they kind of realize what their situation might be. And of course, it turns out this cleric isn't a slouch either, so... Adarin.
I'm doing nothing.
All right. So you just, you're following Oral's example. You hear him trying to talk everybody down.
Oh no, I'm just standing there with my arms crossed like I was when the whole thing started. I just haven't moved.
Okay. Stoic as always. Top of the round. Oh yeah, Droglar.
He drops the weapon.
Yep, he drops his weapons. He drops his weapon. He drops his shield, and that's the end of his turn.
See, he's putting his weapons down. Follow his example.
He admits not because he wants to.
Hey, don't need to read the finer print or however it's called in English. The small
Scribe. Scribe, you see the Oral talking to everybody and trying to convince them to put down their weapons. The Watch were committed, but due to his very fine points in reasoning and as well as his very skills, it seems that they are considering letting this one slide.
Even though he just put down his shield and weapons?
Well, he's telling everyone to put his shields and weapons down, so they assume because they don't really know. Magic is still kind of new to the city.
Yeah,
it's coming around, but it's still not a common practice. The guards don't know how command works, and they can't identify it. So they're like, he dropped his weapons.
Okay, I'm going to go forward and pick up his hammer and shield, and then bonus action withdraw with him.
What's your strength?
Oh, my strength's only 10. Yeah, I'm not trying to hold him up his weapons. I'm just trying to grab them and pull them away from him.
Disengage?
Yeah. You pick up the shield, no problem. But when you try to pick up his hammer, it seems like it's not that it's incredibly heavy. It's like there's some other thing, like an unknown force that is holding it to the ground, and you can't pick it up.
Can I drag it away?
No, you kind of make it fall over, but all of your attempts to move it from its place fail.
Okay, then I'm just I'll put a foot on his hammer and just stand there with his shield. And I'm going to say, in civilized lands, when we're being placed under arrest, we surrender ourselves. Or we usually end up getting hung. And I'm not trying to really persuade him or anything. If anything, I'm trying to distract him and basically give aid to the city guard if they do decide to attack this guy or anything. So they would have, at least one of them would have advantage on his first attack.
All right.
But I'm not really trying to appear as like a physical threat, other than I am holding his shield now.
Okay.
I'm just a concerned citizen doing his duty.
Okay.
That's it.
What's your AC?
13.
You're about to be a concerned citizen with a mall walloping over his head.
With a what?
A mall walloping over your head.
Oh, the cleric hits me?
Oh, yeah. She smashes you in the head for 12 points of damage.
That hurt.
And she uses Shield of Faith on herself. The bonus action. Now the guards aren't really interested in putting away their weapons. Now they have an actual reason to keep their weapon, keep themselves armed. Simple. But nothing is simple as soon as it makes contact with the players.
Yeah, so many points of view, so many sides. Can Aracris see? Okay, is Aracris turn? Yes. Is Aracris turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Can Aracris see which kind of oath is, or what kind of paladin is the dwarf?
Yeah, roll religion.
Okay.
I think he's been pretty straightforward about his beliefs so far, but
18.
Yeah, you can tell by the very subtle symbols and the craft of his armor and his hammer, more specifically, that he follows the Order of Stone and Earth, which is a order that.
Okay, so the issue is he evil? Then can he see that he's out of tradition or something like that?
No, he's already told you that his priority is strength over everything else.
So it's not particularly good, but not evil either.
Yeah. So far, if he was evil, he probably would have killed Oral already. Let's just put it that way.
That does not help. Let me see.
Well, I mean, Oral was rolled critical hit. He could have fucking killed him.
Yeah. He's going to hold his action. Wait. Who was the one who hit the scribe? The cleric, right?
Yep.
And is scribe hurt?
Yeah. He took 12 points of damage.
Yeah, scribe hurt quite badly.
I mean, nearly to go down. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, he didn't go down, but he's in really bad shape.
Will Aracris have his familiar out already? Because this decides everything.
I'm assuming that you wouldn't.
Shoot.
Probably didn't think things would escalate like this.
Okay, he's going to go stand behind Scribe and cast Cure Wounds. Okay. And since he received a really hard blow, he will say to him something like, you should retreat. Let me roll for the Cure Wounds. First level, 8 points of healing.
Thank you.
And he will move away if he does not provoke attack of opportunity.
Yep, you can walk away freely.
Okay.
Now it's the Watch. The Watch are going to again continue their assault against the 2 dwarfs. One was close to hitting the cleric, but her shield of faith blocks it. And the paladin the other one that is standing behind the paladin manages to get a critical hit. And wow, that is a flimsy critical. 7 damage. The paladin gets stabbed in the back and pulls out his longsword, and the paladin doesn't seem too pleased. Hope, it's your turn.
Hope sees this as like fucking crazy, but he just brought in a yell, "Stop this madness now!" And you dwarf gonna follow us now. And can I boost my voice with a cantrip while I'm doing that? What cantrip do I have? While I try to persuade them. Can I boost my voice with that while I try to persuade him and intimidate him to follow me?
Yeah,
I intimidate them all to stop, and this guy gonna follow me. So, intimidated shit. I rolled 11 on a die. That is 18.
You have 20 charisma?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the guards, of course, everyone's probably a little stifled by the loudness of your voice. The one guard basically himself. The paladin and the cleric, on the other hand, the paladin's more, he's still pissed off at you, first of all. He's pretty defiant right now. The cleric, on the other hand, she has her weapon, her maul slung over her shoulder still.
I just said to the paladin, you know what I could do, so I can make it worse. That's my turn.
Oral.
I'm going to stop this madness. Whatever. And he's going to. He's actually going to. I don't know because. Like, does it really seem like his other companions aren't going to stop at all? Like, there's no way to. They are.
Eric Chris has taken a kind of passive approach to the combat. He's been just healing people this entire time. Scribe seems to be trying to hinder the paladin to the best of his ability. It seems he wants this task to be done with. Hope just wants the easy win, I guess. He wants him to just take them back to where they're supposed to go.
Yeah, I will point out Scribe's just been talking to this guy, and his woman just hit Scribe over the head really hard with a hammer, and Scribe's attacked no one. Doesn't have armor on, doesn't have a weapon, was just talking and got hit.
Well, you were standing on his weapon.
Yeah, and holding his shield.
Yeah. Adrin has no problem with just letting this happen.
He did, now he doesn't.
Yes.
because he thought the guard was going to leave. So, Adrian's going to say to the guards, he's done nothing wrong, leave him alone, and I'm 15 feet from one of the guards, and I'm just going to lightning lure him closer to me. Yes, make a strength save.
I'm assuming 19 is going to make it.
Yes.
All right. So the guard is surprised as the lure wraps around him, but he shakes it off and he's kind of looking around. He's like, shit, we didn't sign up for this. And I believe I skipped their turn. So once everyone's kind of made it clear that they're not wanted, the watch leaves. And one of them is kind of walking awkwardly as he smells kind of funny. I also think we just skipped over Oral, but yeah, the watch are gone now. They leave as soon as it's made clear that nobody really knows what side they're on, and they don't know what they want either.
And Oral think is going to, I don't know, yell at the others to stop this madness, and actually he's going to. How does everyone look at the moment? Like, well, I guess
everyone should describe themselves.
Yeah, is people in general now hurt from the battle, or is it still everyone mostly fine?
From no, thorax, no wounds in thorax.
Scribe was the only one that took a hit.
Scribe's hurt, but not badly now.
And the dwarf itself?
The dwarf healed a large amount of the wounds that you delivered onto him. He did get stabbed once, but he seems more kind of pissed off than anything.
That's me?
Yeah, at you.
Yeah. So I just need to make him run after me and not to get him to the bounty field.
Okay, listen all. This leads nowhere. This is unnecessary violence. The matter has been sorted, so I propose this. You let the dwarves go away, and I pay you when we are back. And so everyone's happy.
No, I want to be sure that these dwarves are not going to cause trouble. Do we have your word that you're not going to cause trouble?
How far away are you from him?
Sorry?
How far away from him are you?
I don't know what it took to cure. Oh wait, we are not in battle now, right?
Yeah, you're not in battle.
30 feet tops.
All right. He shows you how much he thinks of you guys by spitting on Scribe, because he's the closest person that he can disrespect right now. And he says, and by the way, I'd like my hammer back. And he looks at Scribe.
Since he spit on me, can I put his shield up to block it?
Yeah, you block it with his shield.
Okay. I will take my foot off of his hammer and hold his shield out to him and say, well, apparently the guards in this city are going to let anyone run around and do whatever they want. So I guess you're free to go then.
He picks up his hammer and he takes back his shield and he says, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I say something to him?
You can say whatever you want to him.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, you like power, right, bro? But with one word, I made you drop your fucking weapon. That's power. Word of power. So set me now and follow me. So they did my bounty.
The cleric walks away from him.
Why don't we just escort you to where you want to go so you don't have any problems?
He says, maybe after I kill that tiefling over there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think you jumped too fast to the killing, man. You need to relax.
Yeah, I mean, I am respecting the oath, but if you are going to try to hurt any of us, I will have to step up.
Do you need a recount of what just happened?
Why do you want to kill the tiefling?
Because he's a little punk. Ooh, I said a word and made you cast a spell on you, and that means I'm powerful. I can shake the ground.
Well, you just tried to spit on me, and I'm not like going to try to kill you. You know, strength is great, but a little humility can go a long way too, and it can make your life a little easier.
He says, "Oh, I like this. I like this elf. Cut from the right meat, I'd say. You, the rest of you, on the other hand, except for maybe that fellow over there," and he points to Adrin, says, and he looks at Ericus, and at least you didn't attack me.
I did not attack you either.
Attack and being aggressive are two different things.
I didn't attack you.
Oh yeah, that's true. But you did try to take my stuff.
You were somebody that the city guard was trying to arrest. I was merely assisting, but I didn't lay a hand on you. You dropped your weapons of your own accord, and then I tried to pull them away.
Oh, from my understanding, from what Oral here has said, they weren't looking for me. Somebody else is.
I said that the bounty was personal.
Yeah, it was from this guy that things were going to kill him.
And now I have even more reason to do it.
I still don't think it's the best solution, but
Scribe just turns and looks at his party members and says, "Look, you guys aren't going to do anything about this to stop this guy from killing somebody because he's done nothing wrong in the past, apparently. Okay, you're not going to go after the guy that hired us because he's apparently not done anything wrong in the past. So why the hell are we even here? Let these people go on their way and we can go someplace to do something else."
Okay, sorry, out of character. What, can someone clarify me this? Who is the one who is not honorable enough and uses poison?
From what you believe and what the dwarf has said, it's the person who hired you.
Okay, so we can go and check this guy. Hear his side of the story and decide what to do next. Because as I've said, Aracris does not like poison stuff.
I can go and listen to the guy, but nobody's paying me to take him out or arrest him or anything.
Of course not. But he's not also not inclined to that much to the rules and the standards and stuff like that as the dwarf might be. So right now he's just preventing a stupid murder.
I can say to the dwarf, why don't follow us? I had to get the bounty and you to kill your fucking guy. I don't give a shit. I just want my bounty. We just follow you just to the guy. you want to hunt down? Prof?
He says, if he plans on even giving me that gold, sure, why don't you take me to where we're supposed to go?
Yeah.
Okay, I can go for that.
I like to do that all the time, but someone was too angry to fight all the time.
To your guys' credit, I did say you'd let him go after he won the duel.
I never said that.
You did cast command on him and then got the watch involved and they tried to take his shit.
Let's just go.
I
Don't nitpicking the small stuff.
hate being Dwarf's advocate, but I think he has a point.
Says, but let's get a move on. Yeah,
Sure.
so-
Aracris will follow. If we spend 1 hour, he will want to use to recover the spells he used, the spell slot he used.
So, are we resting?
I don't think we'll have time for a short rest.
It's it's a kind of half-assed arrest. It's more like a citizen's arrest. You guys just claim that he's arrested, but he's
No,
kind of
I think he wants a rest, a short rest.
oh.
I'm asking if we have that much time.
I mean, you guys have as much time as you need. You guys just need to go to a certain location.
Okay.
Yes, just take a short rest then.
No, is the dwarf and are the two dwarves going to allow us to have time for a short rest?
Yeah.
Of course. They're a big fan of me.
Okay.
So you guys spend 8 hours at the local tavern after your tussle, and everyone's kind of still talking about the fight. And it was how intense it was.
8 hours or 1 hour.
And you guys are taking a short rest or a long rest?
Short. For Arcana recovery.
Oh, yeah.
At least me.
Okay, so yeah, you guys spend an hour drinking mead, listening to the stories, of course, of the fight that just took place. People are kind of wary about selling food to you guys because not really sure what they don't want to associate with potential criminals. But the watch go around through the place and they question them a bit about you, but they assure everyone that they're not criminals. It was just a weird situation. So they clear everything up.
Okay.
The hour rest. You guys recover some spells and hit points. I have to roll on that guy. All right. Yeah. So after a healthy meal and mead, you guys head to a kind of isolated warehouse. It seems well taken care of. It's in between. It's in between two general stores on Water Rat Road, and it seems to be the spot. It's just a plain old building, despite its how well taken care of it is. It seems to be, I would say, empty. There's only like a few people inside. As you guys wait a little bit, someone takes notice of you and says, "Oh, you You have them.
They're here.
Bounty, please.
Assuming that you guys are holding onto their weapons to help be more authentic.
Depends. How would the two dwarves react to make a charade?
If it helps them get close to this guy, they'll do whatever it takes.
Okay, so he will help. So Arrakis will help for it to look like they are being captured.
Okay, so they don't mind having rope tied around their hands. As for their weapons, who wants to take their weapons?
I'll take his shield again.
Yeah, Scribe has a terrible experience with the hammer.
No,
Or we'll try to take the hammer, thinking the dwarf maybe will be more comfortable if it's Oral who has it.
Yeah, he definitely feels comfortable with you, and the hammer seems strangely satisfying to hold. It's hefty, but you can sense its power inside.
Limited power.
Is a question? Can the hammer spin and make the dwarf fly?
I mean, it can make you fly like 3 feet and then you fall onto the floor. You might also, if it's kind of a large head as well, so if you spin it the wrong way, it could probably just take off your leg.
Okay, if the cleric allows it, Arrakis will assist in holding her weapons.
Yeah, she just carries a maul with her, so when it's a pretty heavy weapon.
Okay, no, if he's heavy, he will not be able to because he only has 10 strength.
Okay. I mean, I think it's just because it's like 25 pounds or something, 40. Just because it's just heavy. Yeah, no, it's 10 pounds, so it's that's all it weighs.
Okay. Now he will have his familiar on his shoulder.
Okay, so of course, this servant-looking person, he says, "So you're you caught them? Wow, the Unnamed Adventurers Guild, it really is fast."
Thank you.
Please come in. We have a room for you, and the boss should be here soon.
Yeah. Should we? He's directing to the party. Should we? Shall we? Sorry.
So let's go into the room. Are we alone in the room?
They're like, so they show you through the main room, which is just a room full of crates. Seems to help with the managing shipments and such. And then you do see a wagon kind of sitting behind the building. Like the building itself is probably like 100 feet long. And on the other side, you see a wagon there with the double doors open, and they seem to be moving some crates in there. They take you to the left side of the building, which is just a wooden door, has a small like window in it for like little eye slits.
Checking for traps.
I'm standing behind the dwarves.
Okay, the manservant, he seems to be in charge of this place. He says, into this room, and he opens the door with the eye slits, and inside you can see a door on the other side, And there's a few chairs, a table in the middle, and it looks like a couple of cages for you to put the dwarfs in.
No, Arrakis will check for traps, and if now that he sees the cages, and he will be asking to let the door open, not to get close, for it to get close behind, and he will stay in the door, just outside of the room.
I think we have to see the guy first before anything goes further.
So, is there any place you can hide in this room?
Inside the room where you put the dwarves?
Yeah. Is there way
There's
the dwarves to hide?
There's
Besides-
about 8 chairs. There's a table. The chairs surround the table. And there's about a 10-foot gap between the walls and the chairs. So this is a pretty sizable room. And then there's the 2 cages against the wall.
Is the cages close to each other?
Fairly close.
Or
A 3-foot gap.
is the guy away? Guy who followed us into the room?
No, the manservant's with you. He opened the door.
Oh, okay. Did he not get the boss?
He says, "Yeah, I'll go get him."
Okay. I'm gonna use my silent image and then make the dwarves look like they are in the cages. If I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, you create silent images of the person, of the 2 dwarves. The manservant.
I would do that when he's gone. But
Oh, okay, so yeah, you cast the spells, and
18 investigation. I'm serious.
Yeah, this room, of course, it's a strange room to have in a holding facility. But if this is a base of operations, a holding room might make sense. Not really sure how to identify this building because there's a lot of functions in it that are kind of strange. In this room in particular, you do notice that despite the wooden look of the front door, have some steel mechanisms in it.
Kneel it. And if no one else can cast it, he will ritual cast detect magic.
There's yeah, you're sitting around for 10 minutes. No, it's just this door is open, nobody's gone into the room. Anyone want to do anything while he's ritual casting detect magic?
No.
I would say to the dwarf to be hidden away because 4 dwarves is probably not that smart to have in the room. But yeah. So hide behind the door you need to go into or something like that, right?
Well, well, they both can't hide behind the door. They either the door opens out like towards you, so it doesn't go into the room. And there's no way 2 heavily armor clad and behind like a 2-foot door.
But there's a stand to the wall where the door is, right? So you don't see that instantly. Right?
No, there's really nowhere to hide. They could go hide behind some crates.
Yeah.
If that's
It's better,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how good a blind dwarf is to hiding. I have no idea.
Yeah. She's walking around, she bumps into some crates and the other dwarf's like, oh my god.
If they're hiding, I'm just gonna cut their binds.
Okay.
And
That's why I was standing behind them, so I could cut their bones quickly.
I made the silence image all the time, which I actually cast it for free. So I just
Okay.
made it running.
All right. So 10 minutes goes by. Like magic happens. Besides the silent images, there's nothing magical about this place. Do you want to do anything?
Okay, Araki communicates what he found in the investigation and with the detective magic to the party members.
Scribe's just leaning against a wall, watching.
All right. So he tells you that the doors are, despite looking made of wood, look like they're made of wood, they are actually made of steel and have steel mechanisms. And besides the silent images, there's no magical effects within 60 foot. Okay.
So, should we just enter, or what are we waiting for?
What do you guys do?
I thought we were already inside. I clarified that Arrakis will be just outside the room with the holding the door open to be sure that we are not trapped somehow.
All right. Yeah.
But no, I don't know the others.
So you guys are waiting, and eventually on the other side of the room, since the door is open, you're all just kind of waiting. You see Duergar. Also, he's also pretty old. Looks like he might be a caster. He enters the room and he says, "Well, you're all kind of awfully generous, thinking I'd be going through that door, but I'm through this door." And he takes a seat at the table. He looks over to the silent images.
DC
Says-
15.
He's looking at them and he says, "So you caught them?"
Yeah, they
Yes,
Well, are you going to come in here and we can talk business?
I enter.
Gerald's going to go and, well, just lean in the wall close to the table,
Good.
letting the chairs for the dwarves.
Well, the dwarves are hiding. The two images that are in there, they're not the dwarves.
I'm gonna go and talk with the guy.
All right. So do you take a seat or are you just going to stand outside?
I
Okay.
walk in, but I don't take a seat. I lean up against the wall.
So many wall leaners. Chris, you said you entered, or are you staying outside?
I repeat myself. Arrakis will stay just outside the room, being sure that the door is not closed.
All right.
But he at range to listen the conversation inside the room. I mean, just at the door, but outside.
So are you leaning on the door so it can't be closed?
Sure. He will pose.
He says, "Come now. We don't want anyone else listening to this conversation. Now, do you want the money or not?"
Who else is in the center?
It's just him. He looks to be a caster.
Sure. Let me recheck my spells and my stuff.
What we want is to know what it's all this about.
Oh shoot! I don't have that one.
He says, "I should have been on the bounty, wasn't it? These two were sent to kill me, and of course, I'm assuming they tried, and you defeated them."
Yeah, but what we don't know is why did they try to kill you?
They have a different story, but yeah, it's probably the same thing. Yeah.
Can I jam the doors?
With what?
It's like prevent from them to close somehow. I don't know. Let me check my inventory. My arrows. Maybe with a grappling hook. Bedroll mace, tinderbox, rations, water skin, hemper rope, a small knife. I have Heracles has proficiency in deriving tools and has deriving tools. Alchemist, grappling hook, shovel, a shovel, and that's it. Whatever of those he seems fit to prevent the doors from closing.
None of those really seem like very good options. The door closes on large steel bars.
Oh, come on.
So there's no lock to pick if you're afraid of the door being locked. Someone or something would have to make it slide open or slide
And it
closed.
opens from inside or outside?
It looks like it closes from the outside.
Yeah, no, he will not. Interside says, I'm okay with it. I don't need to listen the whole conversation. You just speak in whispers.
He says, "Then you can go outside and wait for your friends."
Sure. Rina, go and sit over Orel's shoulders.
Okay. Serena flies over. You step outside, and the door is still open. You can close it behind you.
Yeah, like again, like closing but not closing them.
Okay, so you close it most of the way, but it's ajar, so it can't close. And he says, "So the story behind this, well, it's a very simple story. I was, or I should say, I would say I was part of an order called the Order of Stone and Earth, as they've probably told you. Of course, in order for you to properly leave, or at least have the option to, you have to be defeated in combat. I don't like losing. And, of course, I did some pretty despicable deeds to, well, give myself an edge. As you've noticed, I'm not much of a fighter. And there's no place in that order for people like me."
So that's all?
That's the most part.
You wanted to leave, but you didn't want it to lose and actually broke the rules of the order to win, despite you wanted to lose to leave?
Yeah. I didn't say I wasn't a hypocrite.
Are you insane?
Arrakis is not saying anything.
This is ridiculous.
If he can listen, he will listen.
Ridiculous, but then again, you are the ones who captured them for me.
Dwarves and their fucking pride. Ah.
He says, you're just as prideful if you brought them here. You could have said no.
Are you going to pay us for our bounty or not?
Very well. He gets up from his chair and he bangs on the door and he says, time for these men to get their reward. You guys hear a lever being pulled on the upstairs floor, and the slightly ajar door.
Step to him.
Okay, you misty step to him, and the door behind you, which you came through, closes and locks from the outside.
I cast command on the guy. Spellcaster.
Yeah, he seems to be influenced by it.
Oh, what do I need to do? I need to
Sleep.
approach. I don't know, say approach. Maybe.
All right.
Yeah,
The
approach.
pattern-
So he just gonna I said drop. So he'd use all his turn to drop everything he had.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has nothing in his hands.
Oh, I forgot. Can I choose something else that is halt, I think it's called. So he dropped down to the earth. Growl. Growl?
Gravel.
Grovel. Yeah, so he drops to his knees.
Yeah, super.
Nom nom nom.
So is he paying us or is this a trap?
Okay, so you tell him to grovel, and he says, "Don't you know who my people are?"
So I don't know yet why everybody is suddenly casting spells at this man. I'm very confused.
He made the door fun close behind us.
All right,
Ooh,
so
close the door.
spooky.
This session is being like finding excuses to justify whatever.
So
Yeah.
glad I joined the Chicken Shit Adventurers Guild.
I draw my weapon.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he says, "Nice. That's a nice weapon." He clears his throat. Are you going to do anything with it?
No, I'm preparing myself for what's going to happen.
Scribe's just sitting at a table.
Yeah, Oral's still leaning on the wall, but very confused.
Yeah, I'm sitting down too. So
All right. You guys notice that the ceiling opens up. There's it's a trap door from the other floor.
is it gold that coming down?
Probably not now.
No. There seems to be some like thick dust that is landing on the middle of the table. It's yellowish in color.
I try and cover my face with a cloth or something.
This
So
boy
it's
knows what's
dusty.
gonna happen.
So it's dusty, right?
Well, okay, Heracles does not know. Sorry.
So what you guys do? This thick yellow dust just lands in the on the table in the middle of the room.
Scribe will stand up and go look at it.
Make a medicine check if you have it.
I don't have it. I've got a +2 in it, but I'm not trained in it.
Roll.
I got a 14.
Yeah, you approach the stuff and just getting near the stuff kind of causes you to choke a bit and it makes your eyes burn.
So that's not good. I'll turn around to the dwarf and say, "That's not our 1,000 gold."
He says, "That's true. It'll be my 1,000 gold."
Can I do an intelligence check?
What?
For what?
What would happen if I were to shoot that thing, that dust with fire?
I just go.
Make a medicine check. Yeah.
Oh, wisdom is not a good thing for me.
Oh.
Okay, is anything approaching the outside?
I got a
of the-
7.
Yeah. You can probably, like, I guess there's an instinct that you got that is probably telling you that it's not good. Seeing what happened to Scribe, it's probably not something you want to be ingesting.
Yes, but what would happen if I burn it with fire? That's what I was asking.
Yeah, you don't know.
Does anyone or anything is coming to the room from the outside?
Nope. You just hear a bunch of stuff going on upstairs.
Upstairs? Oh, sure. Okay. Heracles will cast. How big is the place?
Are we
this is a pretty
in
big-
combat or are we just doing things?
You guys are just doing things. You're kind of just sitting in this room. He's on his knees in front of or he's groveling in front of you. Not that he has to anymore. He's just still on his knees.
So he's just there, kneeling, chill, I know.
Yeah, he seems to be waiting for something.
How big is the mansion or the building?
The building is probably about 200 feet wide, maybe about 50 feet tall, and lengthwise, you could probably say it's about 300.
I just go over and cut his throat. Fuck it.
What?
All right, you start walking over to him, and he's going to cast Autolux Resilient Sphere. Or just Resilient Sphere, because it's not required to say Autolux anymore. So he is now in a 5-foot green dome.
Okay.
But what is this dust? What are you doing? What's happening here?
Yeah, you are going to be suffocated or intoxicated with the yellow stuff. That's what is happening. What I want to see is if Heracles has time to invisible and go up to see what is going on.
Yeah, actually, does Over recognize the substance?
Well, yeah, you can. Everyone has been making medicine checks so far.
Okay, let's make one check. Why not? because I'm really Oral is really confused. Wait, damn, spelling. Medicine.
I'll just go over and try the door.
Both doors seem to be locked.
18 medicine.
Yeah, you can tell. As a powder, it's pretty harmless as long as you don't get any of it on you or around you. But when it reacts poorly with water and air, and which is, as you are slowly realizing, is being poured into the room.
From where?
The trap door that's in the ceiling. And
how high up is the trapdoor ceiling?
it's about 15 feet in the air.
Okay.
Let me see.
And when water is applied to it, gas, which makes it a lot easier to choke yourself on and burn on.
Okay, so if is Rina telling something to Aracris? Because from that he will act.
Yeah, she's freaking out. Once the water starts hitting the substance, she starts freaking out.
Is
Okay,
this I Misty Step up there?
Do you see some what looks like basically just some normal just strong arm muscle guys pouring what looks like a big clay jar of water into the
I'm going to attack them.
Aracris will go invisible and begin to look for stairs. Oh wait!
Okay.
He will. If he first will try to attempt to open the doors.
The doors are fastened by large iron bars.
But
as you can probably guess now, it seems that the mechanisms are attached to a probably on the other floor, and when the lever is pulled, it closes. One lever closes the door, and then another lever locks.
Okay, then he will cast invisibility and move toward the cruiser's stairs upwards to try to find the door immediately over this one. The room immediately over this one, and if that helps in any way, he has proficiency in cartographer tools. I mean, to get the general idea and not get lost and stuff like that.
Yeah, you take the stairs. You're not a dumb person by any stretch of the imagination. You take the stairs, and you try the first door you come across. It's unsurprisingly locked.
Yeah.
So it's not by iron bars or anything like that. It is a typical wooden door with just a standard lock.
Then with his locking thieving tools, unlock the stuff.
Okay. Adern, make your attack roll.
How close are they together?
It's this room in particular is pretty small. You can see one is getting another bag ready while the other one. So they're about 10 feet away from each other.
Okay. I am just going to take a normal strike then.
Thieving tools 18.
Actually, no. I'm going to use a cantrip. I'm going to use Booming Blade.
Okay.
I got a 16.
And what's that do?
It's basically I make a normal attack. I do my sword damage plus a D8 thunder damage, and if they move, they take 2d8 thunder damage.
Like stay in place. If not, you get more damage.
Yeah.
All right.
So they took. He took 19 points of slashing and thunder damage.
Oh yeah, that commoner is dead. you basically cut this huge hole into him, and he falls over. The jar pretty much explodes and sputter onto the room.
One question is, from the check I did on this substance and such, and the choking thing, is this something that Divine Elf will protect me from or not? Because if it's choking.
Your aura will protect you from it's saving throws in general, so your protection will help anyone nearby.
No, but I meant the Divine Elf that makes you immune to disease, but I don't think this is a disease. Maybe. I don't know how this works.
No, it's a poison.
Okay.
How many other people are up here? Was it just the two?
It was just the other guy. Once you missed, you step one guy that you just killed, dead now, and he was the only one who noticed you. But once the jar kind of explodes and water's everywhere, the other guy turns around as water is splashing everywhere in this room filled with this stuff. And he's like, "Oh, we're all gonna die in here."
Oral will during this
I
time.
tied a cloth around my face so I wasn't breathing in the dust.
18 thieving tools.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get in order. All right, so yeah, you pick the lock, the standard lock. The door opens up, and you start seeing this gas slowly filling the. In this room, there's about the 15-foot room. This is these boxes. They're small boxes, but in the other room, you notice these linen bags, and this yellow gas slowly filling that room.
I have alchemic supplies and arcana. Would help in some way to identify the stuff?
Nope. Do you guess it's toxic?
With a roll, I mean, do I have to with a roll could I identify? What do I have to roll?
You'd have to make a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Great. So oral, what do you want to do?
Yeah, well, all this is happening knowing that the substance is toxic and all. He will start during this time casting protection from poison on both the two who are there. There are, I think, Scribe and Hope.
Okay. Who is the? I have not heard anything from the others.
Okay. Protection from poison. Is that concentration?
Nope.
No.
It lasts an hour.
If it's poison, you neutralize poison. If there's more than one poison, you only neutralize one that's present. Yeah. So, oral, you protect the both of them from poison.
And that's my 2 last spell slots.
Yeah. So, Scribe and Hope, the room is filling up with gas, and it's starting to look pretty bad as you guys are choking and burning. I would normally ask you to make saves, but when you cast a spell on you, you feel completely alleviated from the pain. And as you see this thin barrier come around you.
I will break out my thieves' tools and try to get through the downstairs door.
The
guy who the dwarf, where is he?
He's at the door where you told him to grovel, and he's inside the resilience.
Can, after casting the protection on them, can Oral? What happens if Oral tries to grab the ball, the sphere, we say, or it's not?
It's not immovable, so you can roll it around if you want.
No, wait. I was thinking of doing one thing, but I can't now.
Also, you are going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it. I need one more spells.
Yeah. So make your thieving tools check, Ty.
16 for the Constitution.
I got an 18.
Yeah, you you managed to pry back one of the mechanisms, and as it's a really tough pry, but as you're kind of pulling back the one mechanism, eventually you hear the lever upstairs slip open.
So the door's
And-
unlocked.
Yep.
I open the door and walk out.
Make a strength check.
Make a what?
Strength check. Yes, the iron bars are open, and it's vastly easier to push the door open.
I got a natural 20.
Yeah. Wow. Against unremarkable odds, you push against this door just to survive, kind of allowing you to gather some hidden strength. And you push the steel door open.
And I walk out.
I'm gonna help the dwarves to get out and stuff like that.
The two dwarves that are in there are images, so you can just leave.
Yeah,
Ah.
Oral is just pushing the ball with him trying as he goes out.
I try to help people out of the room if I can, because the point is not hitting me or something. So
Yeah.
try to move them out.
If I see people that are leaving down there, I'm just going to misty step down there as close to the door as I can and leave.
Okay. Question. Did Heracles saw the door, the levers, and the levers being moved by the check
You can hear-
Scribe did?
You can hear them.
Hear them?
Yeah. They're not quiet levers. You could hear them from downstairs.
Okay. He will inspect the mechanisms, or okay. Is there any visibility in the room, Heracles?
Not in the room. The other room does have somebody else in there. He's currently choking to death. And he's dead.
Yeah. And I misty stepped out of that room to the open door and left.
I'm going to need you to make a con save as well. Yeah.
Can-
Fine.
16.
Yeah, so the Misty Step kind of propelled some of the gas away, and you got a little bit on you, and you kind of let out a nasty cough, but you escape without any real harm.
Okay. If Heracles can, he will take a sample of the powder, if there is any, and he will go back to meet the. Shoot. He will. Is the trapdoor closed, or can he close it
no.
without?
Trapdoor is open, and to go into the room, you have to walk through the gas.
Sure.
Considering your experience with similar substances, you could guess it'll probably take a good hour or two before this stuff dies down.
But can he get a sample?
No, you'd have to go into the room, and it's full of gas.
It's I mean, it's not powder anymore.
There is still powder left in there. It's just there's yellow gas in the room.
Okay. So he will then go downstairs, closing the door but not locking it. Then go down the stairs and meet the party in there. And if he sees the Look resilient sphere, he will want to identify it. to get an idea of what it is. With a 15 of Arcana.
The Arcana check is to guess what the powder is.
No, the Arcana. I already made the roll. You say
Poisonous
medicine.
sphere or coal.
Yeah, the Otiluk resilient sphere. He will want to see if he identifies the spell.
With a 15, that would be a yeah. You know it's a resilient sphere.
And it lasts for how much?
Only about a minute.
Okay. He will communicate it to the others.
Okay. He's in the sphere and he says, "This is not how this was supposed to happen."
Nope, it is not.
Yeah, it kind of happens a lot. Things never go as they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, where is Stone Shield anyway?
They're still behind the crates. They're like, "Can we come out now?"
Yeah, we're done.
Sure.
Yeah. When they see the guys, he's like, "Ah, bloody bastard."
I give the dwarf his shield back.
Yeah. The Droglar is just watching. He's like, "I'm not staying for this shit." He casts Dimension Door. And he's gone.
Wait, what? Arachis will cast a counter spell.
8.
Sorry?
Make a spell check.
He will use a 4th level spell slot.
Okay. He casts it again.
Then a 3rd level spell slot.
Spell check. We're gonna do this until he escapes. You know that, right?
But once he because he's still inside the sphere when casting it.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean,
let me check. Before we you do that,
It's
let
like-
me read the spell. And will click the saving throw and save the creature is enclosed for the duration. No physical objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier, in or out. So he will not waste his counter spells. Although a creature in the sphere can breathe there, the sphere is immune to all damage, and a creature or object inside can be damaged by attacks or effects originating from outside, nor can a creature inside the sphere damage anything outside. The sphere is weightless, just large enough to contain the creature over inside. An enclosed creature can use his action to push against the sphere. Blah blah blah. Similarly, the globe can be picked and moved by other creatures. A disintegrated spell targeting the globe destroys it without harming anything inside of it. So basically, if a dimension door works through the sphere, he's out.
Mhm.
Because he had no counter spell. But he would like to identify the dimension door.
Okay, roll Arcana.
22.
Yeah. Do you know it was Dimension Door?
Let me check dimension door.
Can be anywhere within 400 feet.
Okay, he will communicate it to the others.
I would like to go to the wagon and loot what they have in the wagon. What they was loading.
Okay, you show up to the wagon where people are loading things and you try to take from the crates and people start calling the watch.
No, I'm not taking. I'm just saying it's best. I need to check what it is because yes, boss tried.
I go over to the guys. Your boss just tried to kill us. If you call the watch, they're gonna arrest you.
They're like, why would they arrest us? We have nothing to do with that.
It to be
Guilty
the
by
person
association.
that waits. Yeah,
Look,
the person.
There's no reason for us to be here any longer. We're not getting paid. There's not a job for us. There's not a mission for us. It's done.
Just checking to see they're not exporting the poison he has.
Oh, you investigate the stuff, and it's just being shipped. There are spices.
The idea is people gets inside. Whoever wants to stays inside, looking through the building, and people go outside and begin to look around to try to spot the Droglar. That's what Arrakis would suggest.
All right. Yeah, you start looking around for the dwarf, the Dugar. And yeah, he really could be anywhere.
Where are you going if you have a bad bounty like this?
Now, it just pissed me off that we let that guy escape, and he's not going to receive proper, let's say, court. What is the word? Judgment.
I don't think it's within our capabilities to find him now.
Oh wait, did we keep any object, or did we?
Unless the dwarves can help.
Yeah.
They say, how do you think we found him in the first place?
Well, where's he at? And we'll go kill him.
Oh yeah, you guys find yourselves a private little section of the warehouse. Nobody's gonna fuck with you, so they just work around you. And she gets out a small bowl, and the bowl itself looks very expensive, very ornate, made of platinum and gold trimmings. It's. Do you know how to scry?
Are you asking Arrakis? No, he does not have that spell yet.
It's a scrying.
Yeah.
And of course, she starts praying into it, and about a minute of casting later, you can see an image of a manor. It's not the most extravagant manor in Illumina, but it's still a manor. It looks kind of run down. You do see a couple of guards walking around the outside. It seems to be where he lives. And the image shows him kind of running on foot inside. And you can see him talking to the guards.
Well, let's get down.
Any of you would be able to recognize this manor as
Or luckily, I forgot, gives the Drogan back his hammer, saying, thinks this is not necessary anymore. Nice weapon you have there, by the way.
This is thanks.
And I guess we head to the manor.
Yeah, the manor, of course, is not hard to find for anyone who knows the city for any amount of length of time. Manors are usually where all the people go look at first. You guys go down City Brigand Street, which is only a couple streets away. and the manor is at the edge of the water. You go there, and it doesn't take you long to see the guards. These guards, they're kind of cheaply armored. Clearly, this guy cuts a lot of corners.
I tell to the guards, it's best to let us through.
Arachnid will cast whoever is going to speak a guidance for it to be for him or to be very convincing for the guards to not bother us.
No need. They look at Oral and they look at Adrin and they say, "Oh crap! Those two are knights of. Those two are the two who participated in the tournament."
Aelin participated.
Oh, well, sorry. That they recognize Oral. Then you're level 6 now. They recognize you as a well-versed mercenary.
Second tier, I think Oral is 7.
Yeah. Well, Adrin's level 6. Oral and you are
Okay.
level 7. So they recognize the three of you, and they say they're just 2 guards against 3, at least 3 well-known mercenaries. They say it's not worth our lives. They step aside. They open the door for you.
Move past them to try and find where he is.
All right. You guys begin searching the building. Of course, this building kind of looks more like a rundown warehouse than anything else. It seems that he didn't care for his manor either. This shows. As you guys are looking around, perception checks or investigation checks, whichever you prefer.
21.
12.
13.
I think Ty's passive is 21.
Yeah. And that's what I rolled too.
Yeah. So, yeah. Scribe, you're looking around. You notice that behind a tapestry, you do notice that there is a secret door there.
I will go over and try to open the secret door.
It doesn't take you much. You pull on one of the swords is loose.
Yeah.
You pull down on it, and it acts as a lever. With it resets, and the door opens up.
Okay. I will point my companions towards that door.
Let's make haste.
I am going to lead the way by starting a blade song. It gives me 40 feet of movement.
Okay. Are you going to travel with it, or are you going to just go ahead? I'll assume he's just going on, sticking with the group. You all arrive at what looks like to be about a 60-foot radius of a room. So the room is 120 feet length and width in a circle. It rests around the edge of the shore. And once you enter the room, of course the Droglar is there, and he says, found me. And clearly
Do we see it? Do we see the worker?
Yeah, he's in the room.
Okay, he will immediately cast Guiding Bolt as the thing.
Cool.
15 to hit.
It looks like it's gonna hit, but then he uses shield and he blocks it.
Okay.
And he says, "That's rude."
I go up to him, and I'm gonna use Booming Blade.
Or we could not and roll initiative.
The last one didn't have initiative, so I didn't know what you were going with.
Last one, you were fighting commoners.
Oh my god. Another natural point in initiative that becomes a 16. Oral is fast today.
So fast. Fast as fuck, boy.
I want to write it there.
Well, that's going to be a tough one. So, yeah, so he goes first. Don't want to do that, though. Yeah, so after the guiding bolt, he, of course, uses his shield as his reaction. And he says, "Well, I see how it is. Straight to business, then." And he's going to...
No question. Are the dwarves with us? Or they...
They're slower than you, so they're
Okay.
effectively in the back. But
Okay.
I guess I should roll for their initiative, to be fair. Which is 17 and 14. All right. I don't want to do this, but it's the only thing I can think of doing. He's going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Do it!
Oral, are you standing beside Hope and Scribe?
Yeah, I guess because we are the three that have the same speed, no? Because I mean, I think
I meant in adjacency. Like, are they within your aura of protection?
I mean, it's 10 feet. If they're within 10 feet of Oral, they are in the aura, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to say everyone has the protection. Everyone make dexterity saving throws.
And add 4 to the result.
Ooh. Another natural 20.
I
got a net too. So
yeah. I got a
16
21.
so I should be.
Rolling, sorry. Dexterity saving throw 13.
4 for the aura of protection.
Yes,
Oh.
with the auto protection, 13 total.
All right, Ericus, you're going to be taking full damage. Everyone else is going to be taking half.
No, actually, with the level 17 that I forgot before, the damage is half also. So he takes half and the rest take a quarter.
Okay.
With
Wow,
the,
that
I
is
don't know how
really-
it's called. I don't remember how it's called. The level 7 Oath of the Ancient thing. I don't remember the name.
Who roll? Who of the two rolled the 17 and who the 14 for the dwarfs?
Let's just look that up real quick so we aren't. Level 7. Oath of the Ancients. Aura of Warding. Ancient magic lies so heavily upon you. Resistance to damage spells. Yep. So, who rolled natural 20s? Hope and...
Scribe.
Yeah, so you two are just going, along with the assistance of the ward, you guys are just going to dodge like mad fiends. You manage to squeeze in the lightning as it arcs around you. Everyone else, I have one too many dice here. 1, 2. Oh no, that's the amount. Those who made the save, which is 15 or 14, sorry, they are going to half of 15, 21, 22, 30 damage. So 15, and then another half is
7.
Everyone who made the save takes 7 damage, and Ericris takes 15.
Okay, I forgot to ask, how much damage was the thunder damage from the dwarf?
From the first fight,
Yes.
that was 300 damage. It wasn't very much.
Yeah, and we had the short rest, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me. Sure. Okay.
Okay. The Cleric of Stone and Droglar rules are reversed. Droglar is going to smash his weapon onto the ground, and you guys feel thunderous energy ripple through the ground and actually jump out at him when it gets to the sorcerer. Dealing what? Wow, that's a lot of damage for that attack. 13, 20 damage to him, which causes the Duergar sorcerer to be incredibly injured. Oh, your turn.
So it's me.
Yep. Hope.
I use my last spell just to do the thing I do. Command.
Okay. It has to be a wisdom of 13.
15.
15. It was close, but he made it. He struggles against your orders, but it seems that he resists it. Do you want to do anything else?
I move to the side so I don't get fucking lightning bolt with, or something like that. So move around the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you move coming off to the side. You don't get hit by a lightning bolt.
Yeah, I do that.
It stays close. It's better that way.
Oral, your turn.
So how far away is the Duergar from us?
He's pretty much right across the room. So
120.
Yeah.
I guess Aurel will just take his greatsword and start running there, dashing. And that's it.
Adrian.
Okay. So I am 120 feet away from him.
Yeah.
Stay close to me. He shouts as he's charging.
With action search, you get another move or just another standard action?
You can take another action.
Okay.
So it can be any action as long as it's a main action. Personally, I think if you want to take a bonus action as a main action, that should be fine, but that's
okay.
I won't touch that for now.
I am going to dash 80 feet, and then I'm going to action surge chromatic orb.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
Oh yeah, you shoot a chromatic orb, and he says, "How dare you use such child's play on me?" He uses shield, but the shield isn't up in time, and you hit him and miss.
Okay. So, this is going to be cold damage. Fire damage. Maybe. Yeah, fire damage. Oh, those were bad rolls. I did 9 points of damage.
That's low.
Yeah, so the orb hits him, and what was it? Fire damage?
Yeah.
So yeah, fire cascades around him, and he gets some burns. He's looking pretty bad. The Cleric of Stone is going to actually, she's going to use Warding Bond on Scribe.
No reason.
The only reason she says, "I don't want you getting killed in the fight. Besides, I owe you one."
Why?
She shows you her maul.
Oh, okay.
Ericus, you're
Okay, so one of the two left. Guiding bolt at it.
you're going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, I would scorch ray the guy, but I don't want to steal anyone else's thunder. So, guiding bolt.
Oh, Guiding Bolt. Okay.
And 17.
Close, but no cigar. The Guiding Bolt flies past Oral and flies past Adrin and collides into the shield
Okay,
spell.
that's a very strong shield. He's moving in a line, let's say that it keeps closer to Errol, but not in the same line between him and that is marked by through Orel and the Duergar, sorry. So
Okay.
like diagonal.
The two dwarfs haven't moved from their spot, so it seems that the Droglar, he doesn't have to move from his spot. He can hit him comfortably from where he is.
Yeah, he's spreading, so it does not hit all of us with one attack.
Okay. Scribe, your turn.
Scribe will run forward 30 feet, then dash 30 more feet, and then bonus action dash 30 more feet. And that's about all he can do. So he should be within 30 feet of the guy now.
Yeah, so it breaks your warding bond.
Okay.
And I believe that's it.
Okay.
So top the rounds, the dwarf is obviously, the Drogar is obviously getting a little stressed out that everyone's kind of descending upon him and he's all by himself and that his plans didn't work, and you can see that he's getting a little crazy. And
Oh wait,
just
sorry.
in the back, he says, you ruined everything for me, and he shoots a fireball at Droglar and the cleric.
Bolt or bar?
Fireball.
Fireball.
So-
This is not close enough to counterspell that, so meh.
all right, 16.
So how wide is a fireball?
Essentially, it's a 20-foot area.
20-foot radius.
I think it's the 40-foot area, 20-foot radius. Sorry. So yeah, they are going to. Droglar is going to dodge it, but the cleric's going to take full force, and Droglar takes 15, and the cleric takes 31. The cleric is going to use prayer of healing. Or that's supposed to be Droglar's turn. Droglar is going to attack and hit him again with the same seismic attack that he hit him with before, but it's only going to do a glancing blow for only 8 damage.
Wait, are they in melee with the guy?
No, I think he sends like he hits the ground and it's kind of a ripple that goes through, like along the ground and hits him like from range.
Okay.
That's what I understood, at least in the first attack. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah, that's basically it. So he smashes the hammer on the ground. It sends out a thunderous energy into the ground. Anyone who's observing the attack can see like the energy go in a line or swerve if the target happens to be moving. And it will make, once it gets close enough, it will shoot a burst of thunder at the target or sound and hurt the guy.
Okay.
Hope.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
26 to hit.
How much was it?
I thought 26 to hit.
Oh, that's
roll.
gonna.
And I roll a 9 on my die, so that is 14 force damage.
Yep, that sorcerer. He's trying to gauge everyone. He's got attacks coming in left and right. The shield is disrupted by that thunder wave that came in, but it couldn't block it. And as the thunder wave hits him, your Eldritch Blast sneaks past the shield easily and knocks the Dugar onto his knees. He's not looking so good. He's definitely on his last legs.
Ah, good. I'm gonna move more around the room.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Or we'll just continue to charge forward another 60 feet and now being in melee with the guy, but that's all he can do in this turn.
Yeah, you're basically looking at him now.
And what I have to say, are you ready to surrender?
Adrin's going to move into melee. Using Booming Blade.
Okay.
Oh, so close. I rolled a natural 19. So.
Yeah, that still hits him.
So. He takes. 17 points of damage, and if he moves before my next turn, he takes another 2d8.
Nope, you cut him open with your it's your rapier now.
Longsword.
You have your rapier now.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's been a while. Either way, it's more than enough damage to slash through the guy, and the guy, once he lands on the ground, laying on his back, blood just starts coming out of his ears from the sonic damage or thunder damage. He's unconscious for now.
Yeah. I have to drop out because I didn't think this game was going to go this long.
None of us did.
So I'll catch the epilogue in the VOD.
So Adrian will just be following along.
Yeah.
I imagine taking lead from Oral. So combat's over. The obviously mad sorcerer, Droglar sorcerer.
In Aracris is looking through, trying to find the Droglar spell book, the focus or a component pouch and whatever is around there.
Yeah, you find his spell components pouch.
He was unconscious.
He's
Not dead.
He is unconscious.
conscious.
Scribe's gonna slit his throat.
What about ask him where his money is first? Because he probably hide a lot of money if he did not keep this afloat.
I slit his throat.
Okay, whatever.
He-
I'm gonna loot him then.
Okay.
After he gets the throat.
He's carrying a satchel with lots of notes on it. Unless, can you read Dwarvish?
Nope.
Aracris has comprehend languages.
Okay. After casting the spell, it's basically notes on pretty much all of his activities inside the city. It does speak of a sort of treasure map that you can go to find his stash. He seems to be trying to reenact something from all of his notes seem to be trying to reenact something called Fafnir, trying to imitate a story that he heard. But besides that, it's some sort of remote island that's outside of the Demon Sea. And that's about it.
Well, it seems after all, we found
In
the
that-
Sorry?
Sorry. It does hint that whatever gold he was sending there to perform whatever he planned on doing, there's probably mountains of gold there. It seems that everything that he did was to send gold there.
So we need to go there for the gold.
Did he not find any spellbook with the guy who was a sorcerer?
You don't find the spell book on him. There are books here, but they're just journals and accounting notes and stuff.
Scribe's gonna go through the rest of the house and look for money or anything of value.
fucking money.
Yeah, like I said, the building is pretty much ruined. You wouldn't expect anyone to be living here, especially for a manor that it's supposed to be.
Okay.
You find a deed to the house, and clearly he's dead, so it's not like he'll be needing it.
I'll take the deed to the house.
Fuck, I want the deed, man. Oh, stupid.
The
Losing the body.
also
Can I find the deed to the warehouse?
the deed, there is no deed to the warehouse. The deed of the warehouse is at the warehouse. And it's probably its own company, but you'd have to look into it.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, when Oral sees you taking the deed, he asks, "Wait a second, what's that?"
It's a sheet of paper.
Yeah, but can you be more specific?
It's a sheet of paper with writing on it.
He face palms like,
Don't be like that. We were there when we're about to go down. We're helping each other. Don't be like that. You're part of the guild.
no, still. When you saw it to me, I mean, I'm not judging you. I just want to know
It's deed to this house.
the deed to this house. Are you very interested in that?
Am I
Because
what?
you are very interested in that.
I am.
Arrakis keeps looking around, but he turns away from the conversation.
Yes, I just got an idea. And will you sell it to me?
Why do you want it?
No, the deed of the house. I have been looking for, well, a place in the city. It's not been easy to find, but there's not many sellers. And, well, this manor is obviously in a big state of disrepair, but maybe I could turn it into something else.
How much do you want to give me for it?
I have to make a question there. I mean, I could give you... You were in this mission for the bounty, so I guess I could give you 1,000 gold.
Done. It's yours.
Oh,
There's a deed to the house.
oh, I don't have the gold on myself yet. Oh, wait, or maybe I have the bag of holding. Yeah, I have the gold on myself. Yeah, I have the gold. I thought I had to retrieve it.
1,000 gold. How much does it weigh? How much volume it is?
So Oral takes the paper, and I guess now I own a house in the city.
If he does not have enough pouches, Arrakis has some pouches left. He will give them to Oral for he to come down the money.
Yeah.
This is a weird section, but whatever.
Just give him your share of the treasure when you guys go to the islands.
Yeah, I guess. Nah, I give him the 1,000 gold as promised.
Okay. That sounds good to me. After I get my money and give him the deed, I will point out that it's not impossible that he may have like relatives or somebody like that who legally would get. Just pointing this out to you. It's not likely, but it's not impossible. If that should happen, or you have any other legal problems that involve paperwork, come talk to me.
Oh, okay, good to know. Thanks for the offer.
Where's my money?
Guys, let's go to the islands. So.
It's in the island. Arrakis is, I'm
You
guessing
cannot pay
he
him and he pay me.
And overall, after making this deal, he will go back with the dwarves, and he will say, "I apologize for what happened before. It seems that he was the real culprit, as you point out, and we just didn't know at the moment. So I'm sorry for what transpired. But well, at the end, we cut him. So I guess it's all good."
We did, and it was good. It was a worthy foe in the end. Still,
I don't think so. He was a crappy. I mean, for a spellcaster, yes, but meh.
I thought he died like a little bitch.
nah. 7-on-1 ain't right. But I didn't hate him so much, maybe I would have looked the other way.
But do you know who is the owner for the warehouse now?
Says no. Why would I know such a thing?
You got a treasure map.
Map was part of his notes.
I have shit.
You got a treasure map.
This guy have the treasure map, not me.
Well, sell somebody the treasure map then.
Who has the treasure map?
I don't want it.
That's editing.
Yeah, if you want to, I can go investigate to see if the island or the place is real. And
It's real. It needs to be real, or this for nothing.
no, that's not how it works. Evil
Yeah,
goes around and can do a lot of damage and lie to us, and that map could be a lie and a trap as well. So
I don't give a shit. It's gold on a fucking Fish Island.
you have to.
I ripped
We
the
have to
paper
make an
away and
expedition.
I hide the paper.
We have to build
My
an
treasure map. It's my treasure map.
The dwarves say that they will be taking their leave. They've done what they said
Wait,
to do.
wait. We need you to help us bring back the body to the authorities and fill the stuff accusing it, because we don't want to leave loose ends, and we need your testimony to certify that this was evil guy.
I think the authorities already knew what was going to happen to this guy.
Just in case. I mean, you know how things can get troublesome.
He says that's not our problem.
Are you leaving the city?
That's our plan.
Well, hope we can see each other again, maybe for a friendly rematch.
Perhaps. There is a few strong warriors in the city. I might come back.
Well, who knows? Maybe there's some evil to smite. We may need your assistance.
He says if they prove to be too powerful, you can try to find me. I'll be in Illumina for a little while. And he waves goodbye, and he starts leading his cleric companion away.
Aurel, would you help me carry this guy?
Yeah.
The paperwork.
I will.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, yeah, there's no doubt that the Watch believe you. This guy is pretty scummy. A lot of merchants have complained about him in the past. And, a lot of merchants have disappeared when they were making dealings with him. So they can believe that they were suspicious of him. And eventually somebody was going to kill him instead. So once you show him the body,
is there any reward for this guy? Had any put a reward for this guy?
no.
Okay. We
Nobody wanted to cross him.
At least we help the city and the guard dealing with this problem, and he points it out with a tone that is clear that this was the guild who helped. That helped, and thanks the guards and thanks Oriel. And he if they allow it, he will go back. If anyone wants to join or not, regardless, Arrakis will going to go back and take a sample of the powder to investigate it. Because something like that in that amount is dangerous to be running around.
Yeah, you test out and make an alchemist tools check.
Can I go with him and try to find the deed to the warehouse and see what name it's on?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Probably not that good to do that shit.
Do I get advantage for being an Arcana, having a proficiency in Arcana, or just a straight roll?
That's alchemist tools. You can use your intelligence with your proficiency bonus. Alchemist lab.
I'm gonna pump up it with guidance because just because, and 14.
Yeah, it's basically you know what you saw. It's powder that when water and air mix together with it, it forms a deadly gas that causes choking and burning of anything it makes contact with.
Calling the authorities, proper authorities to handle the situation and help him find the deed.
I don't think you want the watch to be handling this substance.
Not the watch. I mean, if not the watch, the wizard power or the alchemist in charge. By the
mean, the apothecary will get involved, which is where you work. Once you tell them that there's just this huge room full of mustard gas, yeah, they're like, yeah, we should get rid of that before anyone takes any.
Okay, so what is the deal in there?
Basically, all they do is they put it all in a large bowl. It's pretty massive, and they have to make two attempts at it. But they make a neutralizing agent, which basically completely makes the powder harmless.
Okay.
It's now probably the equivalent of baking soda.
Okay.
You still probably wouldn't want to put it in your food, but it's not as dangerous.
Sure. Glad to help the city.
I would like to loot his office after the deed.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long to find the deed, but the deed is in somebody's name, somebody called Fafnir, but you're not really sure who that would be.
Can I sign Seth's now he give the deed to me?
You can attempt a forgery.
I would do that. I have the, what do you call it, the Tatvi Frapper supplies tool feed. That when you paint the, what do you call it, drives, the writing tools things. Can I use that?
It's a forgery. A forgery kit is separated from the scribe.
No, I don't want to make a paper with the thing. I would just want to make the, what do you call it, a photo of the signature. I don't want to make a photo of the paper. I have the paper, all right.
You need a forgery? You need a forgery done? I can do it.
Yeah. Okay. I will help him so he have an advantage on that shit. But yeah, I would say that's wrong. That's good.
I will say make a history check.
Oh, I put in that shit. 23.
Yeah, you can. You give him some ideas on some emblems and stuff that he can put on it to make it look more authentic.
Yeah.
So
you
which stat am I rolling off of?
Dexterity or intelligence, your choice.
Okay, I will pick Dex then. And I got a modified 20.
Yeah. So this deed looks authentic, like it was taken right out from the book.
Yeah, and there were probably differences, but keep in mind I just literally had a house deed in my hands. So, I kind of have an idea of what they look like in the city of Illumina anyway.
So can I go down to I'm going down to an office or something like that to say I just got this deed, or do I just keep the deed on me, or how it's going in this city?
Yeah, you go to some city officials, and you show them the deed, and you say that the previous owner has met an unfortunate fate. It's left in your name.
Okay,
And-
and I deliver it.
Yeah, you show him it.
Yeah.
He's looking at
So
her, and he pauses over some stuff, and he says, "Yeah, your company?
what?
This is your company, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be my company. Yeah, I just
Okay.
got this. Yeah.
All right. So
We call it Dreams of Hope.
what was the name of
Dreams of Hope.
it? Okay. That's cool. Okay, so I'll change the business name, and I'll write it down here. And he writes he puts in an application, and he says, "When I get the new deed made for you for the new company name, I will be sure to send it to you. Where can I send it to you?"
At the guild. Unnamed Inventor Guild. I stay there right now.
Which guild?
Unnamed Inventor Guild.
Okay, thank you. And
Property taxes.
yes, there are some overdue taxes that you will have to pay.
How much is that?
He says, "Oh, it's for a company that has proclaimed it's earned quite a large sum of gold. I'm sure that 800 gold wouldn't be a big issue."
Fuck. Yeah, it doesn't say someday. Can I get a discount?
He says, "No, but we will have interest."
Okay, what is the bill due to?
He says the taxes come in every month, and basically, as long as you pay them on time.
Yeah, but when is the next time I need to pay?
He looks at the calendar and he says,
3 months?
Every month.
Okay.
The
Can I get 20 days to get the gold to there?
You have 2 weeks until the new payment, and again, the normal tax rate for your company is about 40 gold a month. But with the extra interest and all the overdue dates and the extra taxes,
I need to pay that shit, and the 40 goals is every month, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I tried to pay everything on.
He says, "Oh, and don't forget, you also have some workers' compensation that you have to deal with." I heard two people. I heard that 2 people were killed in your company, so
yeah, but
lawsuits.
I just buy it. So then I put that on me.
He says, "Well, you're the new owner, so of course all the lawsuits against the company transfer over to you."
That did the names on the people that lawsuit.
Well, I mean, the people who died there, of course, aren't making the lawsuits, but their families are.
Oh, fuck my life. Okay. Just send me all the paper and I will figure that out. And I will go to Stripe and say, "Hey, Stripe, I have a pretty good idea. Let's start a business up."
I don't need to start a business, but thank you.
Yeah, but I'm a guy who, because my background is what you call it, guild assets, and I have a bookstore where I come from, so I like to open like a bookstore or maybe where we write stuff for people. And I asked him if he want me partner up with me.
I don't want to be a partner. I've already kind of got my own thing going on.
Can you give me money then? I need money.
Can you give me money?
After some time, yeah.
How much money are we talking about?
Yeah, $800 plus.
Oh, get the fuck out. What you should have done is you should have bought the deed to that house to me. Then you could put the deed up for auction or something. Got enough money to pay off the business expenses. But I'm going shopping. I got 1,000 gold.
Okay. I need to figure out how to fucking make some money there. I'm going to Orel and say, "Hey, do you not owe me for this busy day today?"
You've got a treasure map.
Wait,
Either go get the treasure or sell the treasure map.
Yeah.
What did you say to Oral?
Yeah, I'm trying to partner up with him, and I made a book about you.
You're going to partner up with a paladin.
No, I'm not gonna partner up. I'm gonna ask him for money, $800 for a book. I'm gonna make a book about him.
I mean, I will help you, but I'm pretty broke right now.
Ah, fuck! I'm gonna say that out loud.
He's in debt for 1,000 gold.
The money I paid him with wasn't even my money, but
Oh, you're that paladin.
That's kind of paladin up to. Just forget it, and I'm gonna try to make some money some way.
no, I mean it was a money that is tied with the purpose I plan to give the house. Well, you will understand it eventually, but I actually only have like 80 gold myself. So I'm sorry, guy.
Really need to go on this treasure hunt.
I need to go on the treasure hunt tomorrow.
How much will it cost to rent a boat?
I mean, the Unnamed Adventurers Guild owns a boat, so you don't need to
But
rent one out.
technically, he's doing this for personal reasons, not for the guild.
Yeah.
That is true.
You can always rent the boat.
Or you could offer a share of the gold.
That's true.
What gold? Yeah, to the guild, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Because the island that the treasure is supposed to be on, it's supposed to have a lot of gold on it. And a lot of treasure. So
If the island is true, if the map is accurate and it is not a trap.
yeah, the island, like the drawing of the map and the details of the map are impeccable, but the actual drawing itself is kind of shoddy.
Okay. So I own the warehouse now, but I have a lot of debt, right?
Yes, as well as 2 lawsuits because one worker was cut in half and his ears exploded, and the other one choked to death on some mysterious substance that the watch aren't aware of.
Yeah, but at least I did clean up by the people that removed the what.
Oh yeah, it's safe to work in now.
Yeah, and is there some stuff I have to sell in there? Or
I mean, your company is a merchant company, so I'm assuming you're leaving it in charge of the person who is running it to begin with.
yeah, and don't send the fucking money to the island anymore. But he probably have some details where the island is.
Well, no, because he's not part of that crew.
Okay.
He just manages the warehouse, and the merchants that sell the stuff, they only go by wagon.
Okay.
He does tell you that he rented out a boat to go out there every time he went to deliver treasure, but he doesn't know what the boat is because, well, he's stuck on land. He doesn't go near the harbor unless he has to.
But I own the warehouse.
Yeah, it's basically a merchant warehouse. The front half is basically got a little bar with big crates full of stuff. Basically, kind of like Costco's. You go in, you see these big crates, and you pick out what you want, and then you buy it.
Okay.
And then you leave.
Yeah, I have too much step in that shit now. Okay. How do people die there? How do people?
I mean,
die there?
it wasn't like there was a death room there or anything.
That's fine. I'll just say I have a warehouse, dreams of hope, and yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
All right.
Deed.
So to summarize, every month you make about 400 gold through the merchants, but you got to pay them. There's 3 merchants that work together, and then there's a person that runs your warehouse. So you got to spend 4 gold every day for a month.
What is the net profit?
30 gold per person, 120 for a month.
280.
280.
And that's without the rent or the taxes.
And the taxes is about is 40. So 240 gold every month.
Yeah.
And that's assuming nothing breaks and everything goes well and the merchant isn't killed.
Yeah.
There are actually charts for that, I think, in the DMG.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
For dead merchants?
No,
Yeah, so-
no, they're not that exact. But I mean, they basically tell you how well your business does every month and stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'd roll, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll each of them individually and we'll see how it fluctuates. But for the most part, that is what it's going to be.
Yeah, but I just need to get on some adventure so I can get that fucking taxes off my back. And
Yeah,
I need
so,
to
and the
smooth out
taxes, again, is
the
40.
what call it, dead families. I don't
So-
count them. No, I don't.
So you need to get this treasure hunt on the way.
Well, Scribe just wants to take his new 1,000 gold and go buy a spyglass.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you buy a spyglass and you're like, yay.
Yay, I've got a spyglass. There goes my 1,000 gold. Now I'm broke.
That's stupid.
You have advantage on perception checks now when you use it.
Damn it, I want a spyglass too.
Yeah, you know how expensive those things are?
It only works from the distance. With the looking at the distance, the magnifying glasses for checking out close things close.
Correct.
All right. So, who wants to go on a boat ride?
On a what?
Scribe does not. He's not interested in the treasure hunt.
I like to.
Okay.
What are you deciding it right now? Because I have to leave.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the boat ride is going to happen. You guys aren't going to encounter anything.
I mean, Oral could go. I mean, to assist him, to assist Hope.
If there is
maybe
a party,
get some more fans for his project.
Sorry, I interrupt.
So you guys go on it's about a 12-day boat ride, and this island is actually uncharted on the maps, but you do find it, and it's a pretty large island. I wouldn't say too large, but it's enough to like hide yourself in if you needed to hide away. There is a cabin, and with no one in there to really watch over it, and it's old and moldy, you wouldn't really want to go into it if you weren't suspicious of anything. Break into it easily, and you spot a trap door. You go inside, and once you see a rather rickety ladder, you do see this large cove of gold. After filling up the boat, you have about, I would say, about 3,000 gold pieces, about 5,000 silver. I would say I'm gonna say about 8,000 copper pieces.
That's what you're telling is like the total that there is there in the island?
Yeah, total on the island.
Ooh,
so 5,000 silver pieces. Copper pieces. It's a rough guess, but you can get about 1,500 gold pieces in gems.
Holy moly.
And the Illumina oil, what's that?
Also, there is a few weapons in there. One of them is a crossbow, a heavy crossbow, no bolts in it.
Okay.
Is it magic? Is the magic? Or it's just a crossbow?
It looks like a crossbow. It has some unique designs on it. It looks masterfully crafted. It is a very good candidate for a magical properties.
Oral can actually, because I assume this time has happened, he could cast Detect Magic to see they set any kind of magical aura or something.
Yeah. Just let me
Any
think
of the
some of
weapons or stuff that there is in the island.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Let's pick up some random stuff. There is going to be a suit of half plate in there. And there is also going to be a shield. And let's have some fun. We're going to say some strange looking rope.
So who is
As
on
you-
the island? Me and Oya?
Oral, you, Chris, as well as, some deckhands that you would be forced to bring.
Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian would be there.
So I say, let's roll. Oh, I like this rope. Is that nice?
Too.
Detect
Yeah,
magic.
but you didn't trust this treasure hunt, so I had that first bit.
Yeah, so a detect magic would tell you that all of these are magical items. There are other miscellaneous weapons and swords, like weapons, armor, there, but because they're not magical, they all just either rotted or rusted to a point of unusability and can't be sold.
Okay.
So these are the 4 items that I wrote down, which for those watching is a heavy crossbow, a suit of half plate, a shield, and some rope. Are the only items that have withstood that kind of weathering.
Okay.
I like the rope if I should get that. And some gold.
Arrakis can identify it if you want to, but I'm just moving things ahead because I have.
Yeah, you'd identify. So
okay. Yeah, so feel free to split up the gold in whatever way you want.
what
You
type
can
of
roll.
rope do we need to identify that shit or?
Well,
we-
Ericus has identify, so I will tell them.
Okay, so basically, Arrakis, we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/4.
1/4 only. Okay, fine for me.
No, I mean
One
because
quarter?
there are 4 of us.
Yeah, Adrian is still there, and he's also one of the only people that can manage water vehicles.
Ah, okay.
If you want to, Katia will help if you allow.
Yeah.
But
I don't. I mean, she's kind of running a merchant business
yes.
right now.
Okay.
If I remember. So
Okay.
whatever you want. All right. So the heavy crossbow is a just that. It's just a heavy crossbow +1. It's it is a magical weapon, and of course, any arrows shot through it also become magical, or any bolts.
+1
Wow.
is not good enough.
No.
If it doesn't auto fire, it's not good enough.
Yeah, for a heavy crossbow, yeah, it's not enough.
Ironically, that's the half plate of feather falling, so its weight is not changed. But if you happen to fall in it, it will not hurt you. Sealer, Die, thanks for coming.
Yeah, see ya.
See ya.
The shield is a shield of winter. You have when you're wielding it, you have resistance to cold damage. The rope, basically, anytime you try to tie up the rope, it just keeps getting longer for some reason, and you're like, "Well, I have more rope now." And then so you can change the length of the rope at any time to any amount you want. It has a limit though of about 300 feet. You can also cut the rope, and the rope lasts for about an hour away from its original self before it starts withering.
So don't get shorter.
Well, if you cut the rope, then make sure you're tying somebody up with the original half. Or you don't plan on keeping somebody for that long.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The rope goes up to 300 feet without cutting it. And it won't go any longer than that.
What does the shield do?
The shield is a shield of winter, which gives you resistance to cold.
Okay.
Can I get the rope?
And let's post it and in the group, and we only split the money, and let's see which order we post who wants what. Even for Matthew to say what Adrian would want to take.
Okay.
For the money is 1,270 gold pieces each, including the hems.
I'm gonna pay my debt. How much is that? 800.
The debt and taxes is 800 gold, and the 2 lawsuits is another 200.
Yeah, I don't
However,
pay.
once you pay those off, it's just the monthly stuff.
Yeah, 200 to both or each.
It's for both of them, so just 200. So 1,000 gold in total.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So yeah, pay attention to the time. I think every month is 35 days. I think.
It's in the guild.
35.
But-
I don't remember.
Okay.
But every month is again 240 gold, assuming that you've paid your workers and everything goes fine.
Can I use 200 golds just to make the shop better looking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you hired some people to. It already looked polished before, but you definitely
They
you hired.
look run down, right?
No, the warehouse that you are owning now, it was nice. It just looked like there wasn't a lot of people in it, which is true. There's only 4 people in it now.
Okay.
But it still looks clean.
Okay. I used 200 more to just make it more polished. And new
Oh, yeah.
sign and stuff like that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you put a sign up on it called Dreams of Hope,
Yeah.
and you get new furnishing on it and such. You get some more. You
New
change
lock.
the interior a bit,
Yeah.
so it's
A new gun probably is a good idea.
yeah. So basically, it's like a grand opening, and you have a lot of suspicious looking people come in, and I'm assuming that you're there. So
Yeah.
you manage to stop a lot of petty thefts.
Yeah, okay.
But once people start realizing they can't just come in there and steal your shit, they a couple of honest people start showing up and buying your wares.
Nice. Ah, nice.
How much time total, including how the
The-
days it started related to the last session?
This would have happened a day after the warband was made, but it starts before they come back. This bounty happened. The warband, you guys set sail to go to the treasure island and it's 12 days to get to the island. In that time, the warband would have came back, and it takes 12 days to get back. So 25 days.
Wow, that's a lot.
Well, it's a long sail.
Okay. So 25 days for the others characters. Okay.
So I almost did new money. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was only 2 weeks till the month ended when you were told that you owed taxes. So yeah, you came back and you paid off your taxes, and then you got your 240 gold from the merchants who now work for you.
Yeah. So that must be that. Yeah. Cool. I don't think there's 1 HP we get.
No, you guys get 2 XP.
Ooh, so I think yes.
25.
I
They were
would have
free.
sent 1 if you guys had just defeated the dwarf and then got the bounty, but you guys went through the extra effort and figured out why the dwarf was there. Yeah, you figured out why the dwarf was there. It turns out even if you did beat him, you would have gone through the trap and defeat him, or just take your money and leave. And of course, you found the guy and you found his treasure.
Yeah, it was fun, and I got my own store. So now I
You
need
can
to.
talk. You can head to your store whenever you want, but it's basically run by the person who works there. And
Yeah,
I will put.
probably
I will
have
put her.
office there.
Yeah, I'll write her name
For-
down. I'll make her an NPC, so it's a little easier.
I have an office where I can do my research. This is most important.
Okay, I have to go down. Thank you for running, and the others for playing.
Thanks everyone for coming.
If anything else comes, please inform me and please post the reward for including what each one gets
Well,
in the group.
I'll post it up. You already did most of the work for me, so
Okay.
So, do the items get posted on the website, and we gonna talk about who
yeah,
did
I'll
it?
put it up there.
Yeah.
I'll take
Good
the
luck.
rope off because you were very insistent about having the rope.
Doesn't matter if people want that. I just said the leftover. I probably just gonna
So,
sell it.
For
I thought it was like a rope you put on you. You know? Like
Oh,
yeah,
well, it could be used for that.
but yeah.
We can
Right.
always duel for the right to have it. No, I'm
That's
joking.
okay. That's okay. To the first one that dropped the weapons. Did that?
I have a
Oh,
pretty
right.
good whiz save, so
Yeah.
you can try. I think I even roll with advantage against that because it's a charm.
Yes.
Yeah. They roll with advantage, and I think I have a plus 10, no, plus 8 to that. So good luck.
And with that, we'll call it a day. Thanks anyone who may potentially watch. Thanks everyone for playing.
Thank you for hosting, man. Great fun. It was a simple job, but it turned out very interesting.
And have a good day.